Let's start things off with a generic character introduction, shall we? My first name is Leroy. My last name really doesn't matter. I was named after my grandfather. His name, of course, was Leroy. I wish I were named something cooler like Lucas. All the girls love a Lucas. No offense to my Leroys out there, no offense. I love y'all. Anyway, I'm here to talk to you about a lesson I learned last Tuesday. Let me take y'all to last week. I know I get suspended. Not the best way to start my school year. Now I'm just chilling at the house, talking with my hands and crap. Like I'm a mime, stuck in a box. Yesterday, I tried online dating. Left, right, up, down, switch. Haven't found any matches yet. Am I lovable? I don't know. Hopefully I will soon though find a match. Did I mention I live with my mother? About to add that. Me and my mom live in Atlanta. My dad lives in Chicago. My mom has been doing her best to raise me to become the man my pops never was. My mother has had several boyfriends over the last couple years, and I've hated every last single one of them. Reprobates. Every last single one of them. She at least could consult with me before bringing one home. One time I walked in on my mother kissing one of her boyfriends at the time. I was traumatized. But thank God it was just kissing. But still, that was nasty, Mama. That was nasty. And I still have an annoying little sister, Tiffany, who is very difficult for my mother to raise. The week before last, she was at some boy's house. She said they were just playing video games, and for both their sakes, I hope that's just the case, and it was just video games. I'm gonna have to do something about it. I know martial arts. I mean, I'm no Martial Mike, but I know something. As for me, I will continue to be protective over my little sister. Alright? Stay away from me. Even though my little sister gets on my nerves all the time, alright? Looking at the lens right here. Tiffany get on my nerves, alright? But I still love you. To say. My love life is very complicated. Very complicated. But my friendships are very stable. Very stable. My best friend's name is Kyle. He's been my best friend for going on 3 years now. Kyle, well, he gives me tons of advice how to deal with the ladies. None of it has worked yet. But one day, it could work. My other friend's name is Quincy. I get all my style and swag from Quincy, as you can see. Hey Quincy!
What's up, Leroy?
How you doing, man? He's too cool for school. I mean, he didn't actually ever go to school. My friend Quincy is a classroom virgin. No public school, no home school, no boarding school, no private school, no kindergarten, no pre-K, no junior tykes, nothing. He normally hangs around malls. That's where all the magic happens. One time he asked 10 girls, all from the same group, for their number. They all gave it to him. The same number. and it was a fake number. It was fake. Another time my friend Quincy asked a cashier if he could see her after she finished working. She actually told him the time, he told her the place, and the rest was history. One day I hope to have the same pickup talents of both my friends Kyle and Quincy. Now obviously, I'm not looking for love, but I'm also not a player. I have a lot to offer women that most of the men nowadays can't provide. Even before the first date, I'll buy a girl some nice things. That's what I do. Some food, maybe even some jewelry. I'm balling on a budget. But you know how it goes. I still know how to please my lady. On the first date, I'll set the mood by doing some flirting. Huh? Then I'll take things to the next level. I'll ask her about her future. I'll ask her about our future. Bam! Together. Boom! Slammed on. Questions like, what do you see yourself doing in the next 2 weeks? Then I always ask her what her favorite dessert is. She answers whatever sweet thing she desires. And then I'm like, my favorite dessert is you. When I say you, I mean her. My favorite dessert is her. In the context of the line, the pickup line. She sometimes laughs. But if she doesn't find it funny, I just shrug it off and pretend I didn't make the joke at all. Good news is I've only been on 3 first dates. And none of them led to a relationship. But they weren't meant to anyway.
Hey Leroy! Your school called and they said you're not suspended anymore. You can come back to school at any time.
Kyle and Quincy.
It's Quincy and Kyle, to be honest.
Kyle and Quincy.
It's Quincy and Kyle.
It's Kyle and Quincy.
What's up?
I heard you had a date with the lovely Elise.
Yes, I do, and I'm enjoying the life, boys. It couldn't get any better than having front row tickets to a ball game and having a beautiful woman by my side.
Yeah, that is true. But there's one thing better.
Really? What's that?
It's always good. Night out with the fellas.
Can be nice, but I wouldn't say better. Where to and when?
Oh, man. Going to the mall right now?
Oh, the mall. That sounds great.
That sounds great. Why'd you say it like that? Sound like you don't want to go.
Well, I'm trying to get myself ready for this date I have with Elise. I can't worry about this. I gotta worry about what I gotta wear, what I wanna say, you know.
Man, why can't you get ready tomorrow?
Quincy, I know that. But I just need to make sure I bring the swag in this way like you and Kyle bring the swag in this way.
We bring the swag and the sway without focusing too much on bringing the swag and the sway.
If we were gonna prepare for what we're gonna say and what we're gonna wear, if we were gonna prepare what we were gonna say, we'll be prepared for what we're gonna wear. If we were to prepare what we're gonna say and what we're gonna wear, then we wouldn't be successful.
So the two of you are saying that I shouldn't try to impress people.
Yes, you shouldn't even try at all.
You're already worth $1 million. You don't have to always look like it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm no longer gonna try to impress people.
That's right. And buying these girls presents and stuff? Come on, man. What you doing out here?
Wait a minute, Kyle. If I stop buying her gifts, I'll be able to charm her. Or any of them, for that matter.
Talking about Leroy, you think you can buy your way to a woman's heart? For real?
I'm not really thinking like that. I just thought that women like that sort of thing from a guy. You know?
I'm glad I'm on the squad, bro.
I'm not really thinking like that. I just thought that women like enjoy that sort of thing for men getting stuff for them. You know, paying for meals, buying their presents and stuff.
Hold up. And you paid for the meal? Both yours and hers?
Yes, I do, and I enjoy it too.
If she's the right type of woman, she's not gonna ask for that stuff. And if she's the wrong type of woman, she's gonna ask for all that stuff and then some more.
Hold up. What kind of mind control stuff is this? This is the 21st century. Stop paying for your lady stuff. Stop it, man. Stop it.
If she's the right type of woman, she'll ask for some of that stuff. And if she's the wrong type of woman, she's gonna ask for that stuff and then some. She's a gold digger, bruh.
And she ain't messing with no.
No, bro. She sound like a gold digger, oh God.
Look, guys, I'm going with you to the mall, but I won't be doing any flirting or asking girls out. I'll just be shopping around to get my attire for my day.
You using words like attire now? You probably watching too much Downtown Abbey. Leroy, you better get in this car. We're leaving you.
All right. I'll be there.
Players, right? Oh, yeah, bro. That's a fact. Oh, man, that's what's up.
Hold up. So you're telling me Lil Baby and Da Baby aren't related?
They're not related.
Okay.
No.
So you're telling me that Lil Wayne's surrogate father is Birdman?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. Learn something new every day.
You're blowing my mind, y'all. Kyle and Quincy.
I know my friends are just trying to look out for me. But quite frankly, this is none of their business. I am who I am and nobody's gonna change that. Kyle and Quincy can't change me. Elise can't change me. My own parents most certainly cannot change me. I most definitely won't try to change myself. The only thing I agree with Kyle and Quincy on is that I should no longer try to impress people. After almost nearly 20 years, okay, 19 years, I found myself trying to live someone else's dream for my life. But what about my dream? I know I'm young, but I'm trying to do something that no one has done before. I'm trying to start my own business, okay? I'm trying to start my own business selling love letters. Hopeless romantic love letters. It's too hot in this car. It's too hot. I'll sell the love letters at a cheap cost and hopefully a lot of people will buy them at that cheap cost. So, returns, because a lot of people will buy them. Now, I never took an economics class or anything, but you know YouTube and stuff like that. I have probably watched quite a few videos, one too many in fact. I just know how to make lots of money off this stuff. I figure that the less it's worth, the more it will sell out. I'm romantic, so I get tons of ideas about this lovey-dovey type stuff all the time. Anyways, me and the boys just put up to the mall. And I'm seeing some beautiful ladies out in this parking lot tonight. But fellas, we must stay focused. I have a date with the most beautiful girl at my college. I can't be expressing my desires for any of these other honeys. I must stay on my business, for real. It's too hot in this car. Maybe just one glance. Okay, I'm done. No glances. No second chances. Stay focused. Hey guys, what place are we going to? Kyle and Quincy, what place are you going to?
We'll go to this coffee shop over here. I know this cute girl over there. She might give us a discount. It's the girl I was telling you about.
I would like a latte, please.
Excuse me, how do you know my name?
So you're asking me how I know your name? It's on your name tag right over there. Oh yeah.
Excuse me, how do you know my name?
Your friend Kyle, he's right over there. He told me your name.
Oh, hey Kyle. I didn't see you there. How's your week been?
It's just been fine. It's even better now that I'm talking to you.
Oh yeah, thank you. That means a lot coming from you.
Anytime. Like later on tonight. How's that sound?
Oh, like on a date? Sure, I will.
We'll see.
Hey, buddy, you're holding up the line. Will you go ahead and order here?
Hey, man. I'm kind of busy talking to the lady right now. Could you please shut up and wait your turn?
Look here, punk. I'm a taxpayer like most of the grown-ups here. You're probably still living in your parents' attic, smoking God knows what, with God knows who, and
Okay,
doing
guys.
God knows what.
Look here, mister. My friend and I were just ordering. We'll be finished in a minute.
Excuse me, son. Was I talking to you or to that punk over there? Listen, you young punks. I work 9 to 5, 5 days a week. That's 8 hours a day. I'm on my lunch break right now. Means I've got 45 minutes to get my lunch and eat and get back to work. I don't have time to wait in line for punks like you who think they can just sit around and waste everybody else's time.
This guy is crazy. I mean, this dude is absolutely bonkers. Look, now the manager is coming. Seems to be the problem, sir.
My problem is with these punks who are holding up the line. Some of us have to be at work
How do
soon.
you suggest we resolve this situation, sir?
I think you should refuse service to them and get them out of other customers' way.
Oh, I see.
Now you look here, Gran Torino. We weren't bothering you, but you came up to us and insulted us multiple times. I think you should be the one kicked out, not us.
That's the problem with your generation. You're so entitled. You have all the necessities and resources, but the resources that you have, you didn't earn hardly any of them. I'm 55 years old. With my income, I won't be able to retire for the next 30 years. Nowadays, there are kids making millions of dollars off of just YouTube videos. These days, there are people making billions of dollars investing in stock and investing in online websites. I'm standing here arguing with some punk trying to get my butt back to work, my 9 to 5 job. This life just ain't fair.
I'm sorry, too. Could you say your name for me?
It's Clarence.
Mr. Clarence has filed a complaint against you and your friends. I have to ask you all to leave the premises immediately.
What? We just got here. We're not leaving.
We're leaving now, so we won't be any trouble over here. Erica, get back to work. Yeah, Kyle. Maybe we should go mini golfing or something.
What a jerk that guy was.
Forget about him, Kyle. He's not worth stressing over.
That might be so, Quincy. But he was the one being rude. All we did was talk to Erica. We didn't deserve to get deported like that.
Yeah, Quincy, we didn't deserve to get treated like that.
I don't know. I kind of feel sorry for that guy. I mean, he did have a point. Life hasn't been kind to him.
That might be so, Quincy. But he was the one being rude.
Maybe in Clarence's head, we're just a bunch of spoiled kids crying over spilled milk.
I know it's a bit of a reach, but sometimes I feel that way about people my own age.
Why do you feel that way about people your own age, Quincy?
Because I hate people my own age.
Why do you feel that way, Quincy?
Because a lot of my friends go to college act spoiled. Some of them have never worked a day in their entire life, and to think they can change the world just by sitting in a classroom. For the wealthy, either they or their parents pay for them. For most of us middle class folk, we have to get student loans. Then we end up being swamped in debt for the rest of our post-educational lives. And we have to work a 9 to 5 to pay it all off.
Quincy, is that the reason why you're not going to college?
It's all just a game and it's rigged against losers, us. Hence the reason I'm no longer playing.
What do you mean any longer? You haven't been to college and you don't plan on going anytime soon?
Yeah, but I meant the system of government as a whole. The clowns you see in the Oval Office and their clown cabinet, the idea of a political party in general. It's all just a game and it's rigged against the...
You kind of scare me, Quincy.
You know I'm just messing with you, right?
You almost had me for a second there, pal. You went full anarchist. I thought you went over to the dark side.
I'm just working on my acting.
Yeah, I believe you. You're really good at it, man. Good job, Quincy. Academy Award winning stuff, brother.
Thank you. Oh, you thought that was great acting? Look around you. You'll see some of the best performances in history, and they're not even on movies or television. You see, anyone here can put on a mask, but it's truly amazing when they're not.
That's good, Quincy. That's good, Quincy. That's good.
Hi, honey.
Hey, honey. How you doing? Hey, sweetie. Dinner's ready. I have somebody I'd like you to meet.
Where is he, Mom? Where's this guy?
I think he's in the restroom.
I'm gonna have to fix that darn door. We've met before.
Yes, we have, Mom.
Oh, really? How did you make each other's acquaintance?
I was with some friends at the mall and I had a conversation with Clarence.
Oh, really? What was it about?
He told me he works a 9 to 5 and he offered me an internship at his
That's
job.
That's fantastic. What was your answer?
Okay.
My answer was, I'll think about
That's
it.
so sweet of you to do that for my son. Clarence, I'm sure he'd love to intern wherever you are. That's awesome.
So do you miss not having a father at the home?
No. Don't actually.
I miss my father. He died 6 years ago.
Sorry to hear that. How did he die?
Hunting accident. He was hunting deer with some of his buddies and somebody shot him by accident.
Now I'm sorry that I even brought it up.
No, Janice, it's okay. We all have to deal with the death of a loved one as best we can. One way or the other.
You know what? You're right. Who wants dessert?
I'll take some, please.
Would you like another spoon of dessert?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go get the dessert.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is everyone so quiet in here?
Men conversate through action. Women conversate through words.
just terrible. That date I went on with Elise went well. But the very next day, Elise ghosted me. I saw her in class on Monday and she told me I had fun, but it won't work out between us because we're not compatible. And you're not my type. Ouch, ouch, ouch. She told me that I wasn't her type. Ah, man. My friends were right. I shouldn't have spent all that time preparing for that night out with Elise, only to be let down by her again. This still hurts. My heart. I still have to see her in class every single day to the end of the semester. It's Wednesday right now, and I don't know what to do. Wait, I know what I can do. I'll call up my friends so they can just tell me what I can do. Yeah, that's the answer. Hello, Kyle. Could you come over to my house and just let me vent for a while? Do you? Alright, man. Thanks. Hello, Quincy. Could you come over to my house and let me say what's on my mind? Alright, man. Thanks. Okay. So I called both my friends and they said they'd be over in 15 minutes or less. If only the pizza delivery guy were that reliable, I'd be ordering pizzas more and actually tip the pizza delivery driver. 25 minutes has passed. I'm still waiting on them. My friends. Maybe they got lost on the way over here. Maybe there's traffic and they're stuck in it right now. No, that can't be it. That can't be it. First, they couldn't have gone lost because they've been to my house several times before. And second, couldn't have been traffic because they could have just taken a detour. What if it's even worse than I ever could have imagined? What if they got involved into an accident? Nah, it's too melodramatic. I need to call them right now. Like, right away. Hello? Quincy, hello? Pick up. Hello, Quincy? Where are you guys? Oh, you're right outside. Well, hurry up then. I'll see you soon. Bye. What you gonna do?
Yo, what's up?
Look, Elise doesn't think me and her can be a great fit together. I was just thinking she and I could be a perfect match together. Now she wants to put me in the friend zone, but I still want to take things to the next level. I still want to take things to the next level. Now, I'm trying to figure out what I should do.
You should just let her walk. She's not worth stressing over. As the saying goes, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but several fishermen, each one with their own lure and several kinds of bait.
What do you mean by lure and bait? I've never heard those words used before.
I'm saying women only want the best suitors. The ones that fit the best mold is the one they want. It's called hypergamy.
Isn't that where you date multiple people at the same time? Kyle asks.
No, that's polygamy. Hypergamy is just someone's social status trying to make them look more appealing to women. A fish is caught by the best fisherman with the best lure and the best bait. course women aren't fish, but you get the idea. The lure just looks popular and attractive to the fish. Bait, which is the food for the fish, in which this case is money, which provides means for survival for the catch. The bait makes them feel comfortable, like it is in a trap. Then, when they least expect it, you snatch them away and you eat them.
You're just talking about fish, right, Quincy?
Sure. I hope it don't taste like fish. Just remember though, when you have those two things, money and status, you be getting women left and right.
Then Kyle says to me, I know you might not like this, Leroy, but I have to go soon. My date is waiting in the car for me, and she's probably very hungry right now. Then I say, oh, yeah, I didn't know you had a date tonight, Kyle. Yeah, sure, man. You can leave. It's not like I'm holding you hostage or anything like that. You can go. Let me go into the door real fast. Hello, Erica.
Hey, Leroy. Kyle said he was going to a friend's house, but I didn't know you lived here. I didn't even know we lived on the same street.
Oh, really? How far do you live from here?
About 3 houses down.
Let me take a second and tell you what I'm feeling right now. I'm seeing this beautiful woman over here at my doorstep. I didn't even tell her to come inside yet, and she just greets me with such a nice smile. Haven't talked with Erica for only a few minutes total, from the other day at the coffee shop and today, just now for a few seconds. I can most definitely say I'm falling for my best friend's girlfriend. Now, here we go. Oh, I apologize.
You gonna let me inside?
You're not hiding that sweater, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, well, come inside.
Thanks.
I'll see. Sorry, let me move out your way. And Kyle says, I was telling him I had to go. Sorry it took so long.
It's fine. I heard you were having an emergency, Leroy. Are you alright?
No, not really. My crush just broke up with me. She didn't share the same feelings as I did for her.
I'm sorry to hear that. I know it must be hard on you.
I'll pause the story for a second. Did those last words sound like she was flirting with me in any way? Or was she just being nice? Because I really can't tell between those two options. Okay, back to the story. It's been very difficult for me. Very, very difficult for me. He'll be fine though. Come on, let's go, Kyle says to her. And then he heads for the door. Erica stands up for me, stating,
Wait, we can't just leave him like this. He's emotionally distraught. He needs his friend to help him out. After getting his heart broken?
Erica, this is Leroy we're talking about. Kyle interjects and he says, he'll be fine. You know, next week he'll have another crush on some girl. They'll go out on a date. She'll either ghost or reject him like the last couple of girls have.
After getting his heart broken? Kyle, I'm shocked. You act so warm and sweet with me and so cold and distant from your friends.
Kyle then continues saying, you don't know Leroy like I do, Erica. We spend time together every week. He can't hardly be alone without calling or texting his friends, which are only me and Quincy.
Is this true, Leroy?
I just nod my head yes out of embarrassment.
Poor boy. Kyle, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Me? I thought I was just being a good friend by hanging out with this loser. What did I do?
He's not a loser. He's your friend. And he's going out with us tonight.
Really?
That's right.
What makes you think I'm letting him come with us? Kyle asked Erica.
Because if he doesn't come with us, there won't be a date night. Or any other night for that matter.
You better listen to her, Kyle. She'll kill you. She's serious.
Then he goes, all right, fine. Leroy can come with us. Quincy, do you want to join us?
No, I'm good. I have my own plans. Just tell me how the night went after it's all over.
Okay then. Erica, Leroy, let's go. Kyle orders us.
Isn't this amazing? To go out on a date with my pal, my best pal and his girlfriend. I'm going to have so much fun. This place where we're at isn't the most normal place where I normally go have a date, but the arcade is fine. Me, Kyle, and Erica are at the arcade right now playing games. Throughout the night, I'm cracking pretty awesome jokes. Erica has laughed at almost all of them. And we're sat at a table in a restaurant, waiting for our food to be served. And she asked me a question about my family, saying,
So Leroy, I hear your parents are divorced. Is that true?
yes, they are.
Mine are too. Do you live with your mom or dad?
I live with my mother. She's been raising me by herself for the past 8 years.
I live with my dad. So what was your dad like?
Well, yeah, he's pretty cool. Was pretty cool with all the ladies, actually, if you know what I mean.
So he was cheating on your mom.
Yeah. Before we found out about it, we were pretty cool though. He taught me a lot of things.
Do you miss him?
Yeah, well, a little bit. We just never talk over the phone or anything like that anymore.
Why don't you call him sometime and tell him you miss him?
Men don't need to tell each other that they love each other.
Not even to their own father?
Yes, not even their own father.
Kyle, I don't know why you're acting like this today.
It's because you've been asking him questions and laughing at all of his jokes all night long. When you're supposed to be on a date with me. She started to stare at Kyle and ask him,
Are you jealous?
Of course I am. You would be jealous too if I were giving some girl the attention you're giving him tonight.
attention you're giving him tonight.
So what's your mother like?
So she owns her own clothing line.
She rich?
I normally don't discuss those types of things with people, but yeah, she's really rich.
You hear that, Kyle? A woman that can do that all by herself? That really is something. So, she owns what? 3 cars, 2 houses, a yacht, and her own business?
Well, actually, she owns 5 houses and 7 cars Three of which she lets me drive, and 2 businesses. But who's counting?
You're funny, Leroy. I'm surprised you don't have a girlfriend.
Me too, I'm surprised.
Dad, you're too late. You're swimming. Swimming, man, you're swimming.
It's hard to find people that you can trust. They won't try to take advantage of you. They won't try to harm you in any way. That's why I'm fortunate to have Kyle and Quincy as my friends. They don't care if I'm rich or not. And I know they'll always be there for me. Isn't that right, Kyle?
Oh, me? Yeah, that's right. Please. Will you excuse me? I have to go to the restroom now.
Leroy, listen to me. You're in danger. Those people aren't your friends.
What are you talking about? I've known those people for many years, and they've been nothing but nice to me.
Look, Kyle was talking about how he was pretending to be some idiot's friend, that he was pretending to, he was pretending because he wanted to steal his money and he wanted to get rich. He's exploiting you right now. He was talking about you, Leroy.
What? I can't believe that. I won't believe that. Kyle is my best friend. He wouldn't try to betray me like that.
I know you'll have trouble believing me, but I beg you, please find out the truth.
So did I miss anything?
Nothing at all.
Then Kyle says, you know, Leroy, I was thinking maybe you could hook us up with a few concert tickets, if you don't mind. Sure, Kyle, that won't be a problem.
Leroy, Quincy called and asked me to ask you if we could use your movie theater for a date night.
That sounds awesome, Kyle.
I had a great time, but I have to go.
Hey, aren't I driving you home? Where are you going?
I'll take an Uber or something. Got to go.
Are you Tina's son?
Yes, I am. Who are you?
I'm the mother of the groom. I am Clarence's mom. It is a pleasure to meet you, young man.
Yes, you're right. The pleasure is all yours. Now, if you would please excuse me, I have to be going while the young people are.
Oh, how rude! Well, I have never heard such blatant slander from someone I barely know. You're lucky my son Clarence is going to be your stepfather. He'll show you some discipline and how to show some respect.
Oh, no, ma'am. I meant no disrespect. I just meant I didn't want to spend the rest of my day with someone who smells like mothballs. Clarence is only good for helping me become more of a dick.
More of a what?
More of a declarative, yeah.
I was just telling Miss, what's your name again? What's your name? Stillhall. I was just telling Miss Stillhall that you were my precious little boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah, Ma, yeah.
Oh, yes, you are.
Telling your precious baby boy that if he causes any trouble, my precious baby boy will deal with him accordingly.
I'm sure that he and your son Clarence are going to get along just fine.
I sure hope so.
I'm sure they will.
Ma, that lady is crazy.
Leroy, I do understand. However, I'm still getting married to Clarence this weekend, so please don't ruin my weekend. It would be greatly appreciated. That's enough, Leroy. Clarence already told me what you did to him.
What'd I do to Clarence? What'd I do to him?
He told me what you did. That's why I took your keys. You took the car.
Ma, that's not what happened.
That's not all he told me, Leroy. That's not all he told me. He told me everything.
Well, what else did he lie to you about?
He says that you took his toothbrush and you used it to clean the toilet. Then you put it back in the case, Leroy.
Ma, he did that to me. Ma, he did that to me. Lo, he's lying to you.
Leroy, we're in a public place. Whether you like it or not, it's gonna happen, Leroy. I'm getting married this weekend to Clarence.
Are you gonna take his word over mine? Your own son?
Leroy, stop. Leroy, stop.
No, Ma. This guy's dangerous. Why on earth do you believe everything he says is true?
Because you're a liar, just like your daddy. Simple.
I can't believe this. You know what? If I were Dad, I would have cheated on you too.
Leroy, stop.
Oh, come on, son. Why'd you have to say that to your mother?
I got a little carried away.
A little?
Okay, a lot. But at that moment, I just let one word slip. Then another word, then another, until eventually the whole thing fell apart. Now Mom is just at home, probably not crying, but just really, really sad.
Yeah, that's sad. I guess you really are just like me then, huh? I made the same mistake with your mother before, and we got divorced. All right. So maybe we can still fix this. The ceremony is at 4 p.m. tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That's correct.
Then that gives us a full 24 hours to try and salvage what little respect and dignity that we have left. To convince your mother to leave Clarence and to come back to me.
Yeah, Dad, that pretty much sums things up.
Tonight at 6 is your mother's bridal shower. If you can somehow sneak into there and apologize to your mother, then my interjection at the wedding won't be seen as too bad, right?
I'm sorry, but you'll probably be beaten up at the wedding by everyone but the photographer.
Is that right? Listen, Leroy, I don't think I can do that.
Why not, Dad?
Leroy, I haven't spoken to your mother in years. If we were to crash that wedding, stand up and interject, your mother might buy a gun and try to shoot me in the foot. And your mother is a Democrat. That means she's very angry.
Look, Dad, I was just playing around earlier. We have nothing to be afraid of. These people are more bougie than big and bad. We're from the streets. We can handle ourselves out there.
Yeah. Thanks for the reassurance, son. One more thing. Here's your birthday present.
So, I left the hotel where my dad stayed. Now I'm heading over to my mom's bridal shower with my friends Kyle and Quincy. Do I think I can convince my mother into not marrying Clarence? No, I do not. But I do think that I can convince her into believing that she can trust her son. Yes, I do. Yes, I do believe that. And it's really my hope in her not getting married to that dude tomorrow. Kyle says to me, "Man, this just sounds like you're asking for trouble. If your mom loves him, why can't she just be happy? And why can't I be happy for her?" He's asking. Because, Kyle, I know what he's really like. You know, I know that he could be using my mother. And to get to her fortune, God knows what he might do to get it from her. Then Kyle replies to me, "That's true. I don't really like Clarence either. After I nearly punched that jerk at the coffee shop." I can relate that even 2 minutes in his presence is unbearable. He says, we're here at the spot. He's of course driving the car from the driver's seat. And then basically I'd say next, great. Now, I have to figure out how I'm going to get inside without getting us caught. Any ideas, guys? He suggests to us, you could always dress as a woman and say that you're a friend of the guest or a guest. And then he goes, no, just no. I mean, that's gross. What about you, Kyle? Have any ideas? I was gonna say that you can scale to the top of the building and try to squeeze into the ventilation system. Then you could find, and I said nope. I said nope because I'm claustrophobic. I fear enclosed spaces. And then Kyle suggests, I was going to say, then you can find. Nope. I tell him, I'm not doing any of what you suggested to me, Kyle. Quincy's over here talking about some nonsense, wearing a dress. So just get out of the car. We get out the car, right? While I'm still thinking of a plan. Then I go, okay, so there are many ways that I can think of, but I know one of what I won't do. I'm not dressing up as a girl so I can sneak in there. And then the second one is I'm not climbing up the building, then scaling in there. You know what I'm saying? I probably, can't just ask if I can come inside. So it just needs to be something discreet, right? It has to be something discreet yet not embarrassing. And so I'm saying maybe I can be a delivery man. Okay, or maybe I'm saying I'm delivering flowers for the bride to be. All right. She's like, Quincy's like, that sounds great. Where are you gonna get the flowers from, Leroy? And then I'm like, I think those flowers in that garden over there just might work. Leroy, I just don't know about this, man, Kyle stated. I say, it's okay. I know we'll be fine. I was like, all right. But I feel like we're gonna get caught by someone in there. And then I'm just like, maybe if we don't go in there tomorrow, that evil man will marry my mother. Quincy says to me, even if your apology is accepted, I still think she'll marry Clarence tomorrow. Quincy remarks. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Yeah, we will. We will see about that. Now I'm knocking on the door with a bouquet of flowers covering my face. Accompanying me to the front door was my two clown friends, Quincy and Kyle, who are also both holding bouquets of flowers in their hands, covering their faces as well. After a couple seconds of standing and waiting at the door, like a couple of knuckleheads, someone finally answers the door. Okay, here's the plot twist. Boy, were we surprised by who answered it. Erica greets us. I reply, Erica? What are you doing here? She goes, I'm sorry.
Who are you?
Quincy and Kyle look just as shocked as I am. Neither of them expected her to be there. It really surprises me that Kyle looks as surprised as he does at that very moment.
I was sent here to deliver flowers for the bridal shower. Someone said that a girl named Erica would be answering the door.
Yeah, well, looks like I'm Erica. Please come in.
Say, tell her, thank you. And then I tell the fellas, come on in, fellas. Come on in. The three of us are walking inside the place right now and still with the flowers covering our faces. I think we fooled Erica. But I'm not one for enjoying my mother's parties. I must say this bridal shower looks ridiculously awesome.
Flowers on the vases
ridiculously
on
awesome.
If you want.
Okay, so they got portable hot tubs here. I even think my mom brought a Ferris wheel, and that was she was keeping in storage. Basically, she brought it out for this event right here. I haven't been on that Ferris wheel in 8 years. I remark. Kyle says, "What?" I used to ride and think of that all the time when I was younger. That my mother put it up and she got a divorce from my father at Ferris wheel. It's the link. Thank you. We're sorry we interrupted your fun. I say. We got it from here though, and we'll let ourselves out.
No, you didn't bother me. I was just headed to the restroom before you came in.
Tell her, pretending not to know the full schematic of that house. Oh yes, I see. This is quite the big house. You could get lost in here and almost never find a bathroom. Knowing good and full well where it is, but it is pretty big.
You can get lost in a house this big.
That's right. What'd you say your name was again?
I never said my name.
I never said my name.
Of course you didn't, silly. But what is your name?
My name is
Slim. Quincy Utters.
Yeah, my name is Slim. Slim, that's the name people call me. Slim is what I go by.
Oh, really? Slim?
Yeah, my name is Slim. Folks call me that, and that's what I go by.
Oh, really? Slim?
Yeah?
Well, can I ask you a question?
You just did, but you can ask another.
Thanks. Well, do you have a girlfriend?
Kyle murmurs.
Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a girlfriend?
Actually, I do have a girlfriend.
Actually, I do have a girlfriend.
That's too bad, Slim, because I thought we'd be good for each other.
Wait, really? Doesn't a fine girl like you have a boyfriend who's a nice fellow?
Yeah, but he's too nice. I want something different.
You haven't seen my face, ma'am.
I listened to your voice and I fell in love.
You haven't even seen my face yet, man.
I know. That's why I'm curious. Now put the flowers in the vase so I can see if that voice and body matches what that face looks like.
I can't do that.
I can't do that.
Your voice and I fell in love.
Just can't.
I can't do that.
Why not? To me, you're already a 10 out of 10.
Wait. I just can't.
If you do, I'll give you a kiss.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm saying to her. That's it. I've had it, Kyle yells, and has everyone at the party shook when he drops the flowers down, revealing his true identity.
I knew it!
Erica exclaims. Ah, crap, Quincy says.
I knew it! I knew it!
Why? Kyle, why, man? I'm shouting at him.
I knew it was him the whole time.
Women come rushing into the hallway where Erica and the boys and I were located. I was embarrassed, to say the least. Quincy and I decided it was time to give up the act and put down the flowers. Women come rushing into the hallway where Erica and the boys and I were located. I was embarrassed, to say the least. Quincy and I decided it was time to give up the act and put down the flowers. My mother comes strolling into the hallway as she looks like nothing could ruin her day. Hey Ma, I came here to apologize to you, Ma. Why didn't you just call me over the phone? My mother asked me. I knew I had to be here to tell you in person. I'm sorry for the way I've been acting towards you these past few days. It's fine, Leroy. You're my son. I can never stay mad at you, she tells me. Thanks, Ma. And my mother walks up to me and hugs me. The whole crowd applauds. Some older ladies saw Some older ladies I saw were crying in the background. This sight was really something. My mother stops hugging me and says to everyone, "Go back and enjoy yourselves." Everyone leaves and goes back to their festivities. As the dust settles, the only question left to ask was, why was Erica there at the party? As I look over to Erica to ask her why she was there, I saw and most definitely heard her and Kyle arguing. "What are you doing, flirting with Leroy like you were just then?" He asked her. Kyle asked her. It was Kyle. I was having a little fun. I knew it was him the whole time. Erica replies back. Goes, "I know that, but you're not answering the question, Erica. Why were you flirting with Leroy when you're my girl?" She goes, "Maybe it's because I felt like it."
Oh, so you just felt like feeling on his chest. How would you feel if I fell on some other girl's chest, huh?
How would you feel?
I wouldn't care.
She goes, "I wouldn't care. You wouldn't care." What? Oh, I see what's going on here. You want to leave me for him, don't you? Kyle asks her. Then she goes, "I don't have to leave you for him because I could just leave you." Erica's state is crazy. Erica, I don't even see why I keep trying to keep this relationship together. You know, I'm through with it, he says.
Me too.
He marches out the door as Erica stands in the hallway watching him leave. I have to do something. "Erica, wait," I tell her. "You don't mean that. You love Kyle. You can't break up with him."
I don't want him anymore. I just broke up with him.
Oh God, no. No. I have to get him to come back, I exclaim. Here I am sprinting outside, trying to save my friend's relationship. "Kyle, wait. Stop. Don't leave." "What?" Kyle barks at me. "Whoa, dude, whoa. I had nothing to do with this. Erica probably touched me because she knew it would irk you. That's it. You know what, Leroy? No, I tried being a true friend to you. What did he get me? My girlfriend dumping me for you? A chump." Now wait a minute, Kyle. I ain't no chump. And then he tells me, "Yes, you are a chump. You're the biggest chump if I had ever seen one." Take that back, Kyle. Take it back now. "I don't think I will, you chump," he told me. And that right then and there was when my signal turned on. Those are fighting words. I tackled Kyle to ensure he would never call me a chump again. "Take it back. Take it back," I urge him. "No," Kyle yells back at me. At this point, we're in the front lawn of the place and wrestling each other. He puts me in a submission lock, but I counter the headlock with a back suplex. I don't know WWE pro wrestling stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I got some skills in that, some training in that. At this point, we're both down. But then Kyle somehow manages to knee me in my side. I don't think you actually realize how bad that actually hurts. And we tussle for a few more seconds until Quincy comes in and breaks up the fight. "What are y'all doing? Are y'all crazy or something?" Quincy shouts at us both. "He started it," Kyle shouted at me. Or at Quincy about me. "I'll finish it," I yell back. Then Quincy states, "I don't care who started it. Now you both know the code. Rose before Leroy. Leroy Kyle?" And my mother shouts from the porch, "Leroy Kyle? What's going on over there?" "Nothing, Ma," I yell back at her. "We're just boys being boys, Mrs. M," Kyle replies. "All right, well, don't play too rough, okay?" Among yells back. "Okay, Ma," I shout back. She closes the door, and suddenly I feel like fighting again. I push Quincy off of me and and head straight for Kyle. As I'm running towards Kyle, Kyle swings at my head with his right fist. He clocks me square in the side of my face. Alright? And then I'm like, it's just fading. I started to feel myself fade and fading on. And then I came back up and swung for the fences. Swinging left and right. Swinging left and right. Trying to connect on my punches. Little did I know Kyle was a trained MMA fighter. He's out here dodging my strikes. You know, well, my strikes, you know, look like I'm a bird flapping his wings. Hawks or falcons, which have you. Up to this point, I had a pretty good record in street fights, but against Kyle, I knew how to pull out all the stops. I wanted to beat him if I wanted to beat him. We fought 3 times before. Yeah, he's beaten me all 3 times. Not this time, Kyle. This one's mine. A brief moment of crouching down on the ground, collecting some dirt as I'm balling up my fists. Now is my moment. And I throw all the dirt into Kyle's face. All of it. All the dirt into Kyle's face. He's blinded and he can't see. Now I'm gonna run up and tackle him again. Here I go. No, wait, I'm caught. Take that, Leroy. Kyle says after he counters my running tackle and picks me up and drops me on my back. My back. My back. You dropped me on my back. I cried out. Sorry, bro. But that's what you get for trying to blind me. I'm sorry, bro. But that's what you get for trying to blind me. Kyle stays upset. Then I use that time I have to kick him in the groin. Wow! Wow! This mic's off. Go to the camera. Ow! Kyle screams in pain. Man, that had to hurt, Kyle remarks. I mean, okay guys, you punished each other enough. Now stop. I'm yelling as my battle cry. I'm yelling as my battle cry. Now, I tackle Kyle once again. I'm holding him under my armpit, you know, trying to make him submit, but now, he's really biting me! Get off of him! Quincy shouts as he pulls me off Kyle. He bit me! I scream irritated. I don't care, Leroy. Now, you both need to talk things out. I can't stand when you two fight like this. Quincy's admitted. I am done, Kyle states, as he's still holding on to his nether regions. As I kicked him in the groin. Yep, kick to the groin. Look, fool. I don't know what you're talking about. Erica's your girl. She likes you. I try telling Kyle. Oh yeah? Well, I've seen the way she looks at you. I'm going home, Kyle tells me and Quincy. Nah, I'm seeing him talking and walking off while holding his groin like he's Michael Jackson or something. I don't get it. It's like he heard that I was talking to her behind his back or something. I tell Quincy. I wonder where he got that idea from. Quincy remarks. Yeah, me too, Erica says from behind us. What? Were you watching us from around the corner this whole time? I asked her. Yes, Erica replied. Are you happy now, Erica? You pitted us against each other. And now me and your boyfriend are no longer friends anymore. He's not my boyfriend, she announces to me. Well, he sure looked like it to me when you were kissing him a few days ago. There's some things that you don't understand yet, Leroy, Erica says to me. I understand just fine. I understand that you led my friend Kyle to believe that you and I were a thing, but we're not a thing. Goes, just because you saw me with him, you think that makes me his girl, Erica tells me. Yes, Erica,
I do think it makes you his girl. I don't like you like that. After what you did to Kyle, I don't think I ever will. Then fine. I don't like you like that either, Erica says to me. I don't know why you showed up here in the first place. My mother doesn't associate herself with people like you, I say back to her. And then she goes, oh really? Okay, well, I'll just be leaving then. Erica replies, running inside to get her stuff. Quincy was trying to keep the peace, but he saw that I was distraught. He goes, hey man, are you alright? I say, I'll be fine. Kyle hits as much as he reads. Not much, I joke. It's not what I meant, Leroy. I mean losing a friend, Quincy urges. Kyle was never my friend, I explained to Quincy. What? You don't mean that. He was here with you today to help you sneak into your mother's bridal shower. And I explained to him, all Kyle ever did was freeload. He asked me for stuff all the time. Even when we'd hang out, he'd always plan to do something at my place. Yeah, but he liked to hang out with y'all. Like to hang out with y'all. Quincy goes, no, Quincy. He wanted to save money. That date which I accompanied him on, he told me that I could only come and sit with them if I paid for everyone's food. It was him and his date. They probably had other things to do that night and didn't want you cramping their style. Look, Kyle probably thought you wouldn't want to pay that tab, so he might have told you that so you wouldn't sit with him or with them. There's more, Quincy. Much more. When he needed money to pay off his credit card debt after he spent most of his time in college buying expensive things, he asked me to pay it off for him. Quincy goes, you didn't pay it off, did you? No, Quincy. I didn't have to pay off anything because he knew I would do it. He's been abusing my kindness like he's been abusing Erica. What are you talking about, Leroy? Erica's not being abused. Quincy goes, okay, I have to tell you the truth, I say to Quincy. As we watch Erica march out of the building that houses my mom's bridal shower, I stop her before she leaves. Wait, Erica, I told him. You told him what, Leroy? Well, part of it anyway. Just stay here. We can't put on this act anymore, I tell her. What are you saying? Quincy asked me, confused at what I said. I'm saying that this whole thing was a setup, I admit to Quincy. You mean that this wasn't about you apologizing to your mother? Quincy wonders. Well, it was part of it. But coming here was mostly about getting Erica to break up with Kyle. I actually could have just apologized to my mother over the phone. Wait. Hold up a second. You planned this whole thing? Quincy asked me. Yes, Quincy, I did. But why? He's your best friend. And wait, you were trying to lie to me too? I'm not proud of it, but yes. Why though? I'll tell you why, Quincy. Just give me 5 minutes and I'll explain everything to you. I hope you're right, Erica. If she marries him, I have to find another place to stay.
That's fine. You can always come live with me.
Well, that sounds like an offer I'd take up any day. Even if Clarence wasn't gonna marry me.
I really hope things get better for you and your family, Leroy.
Now that I'm talking with you, things are already getting better for me.
Oh, Leroy, you're so sweet.
You're sweeter. Okay, I think we got it.
Adorable.
I still can't believe you don't have a girlfriend.
Well, you can make that a possibility for me.
Yeah, but I'm still dating Kyle.
Is he treating you right?
After he saw me flirting with you and I left him, he sort of freaked out on me the other night when we saw each other next.
What do you mean by freaked out? Did he threaten to hurt you or harm you in any way?
He was, loud, shouting, calling me names, things like that.
Oh, I didn't know he could do something like that to me. I didn't know Kyle was like that. He seemed like such a cool guy.
He's cool. He just likes to get very loud. Me.
You know, Erica, that could be seen as verbal, emotional, even psychological abuse. Are you sure you're okay with him treating you this way?
I wish I was treated better by him, honestly. Honestly, I don't even know at this point.
Eric, I know you should be treated better. Whether he's my friend or not, no one should abuse you any kind of way.
So your mom was in on it too?
Yeah, she was. Should I say, she is. I also told my mom that my dad had plans to interject at the wedding and confess his love for her.
How did she react?
At first she laughed, and she started crying because she realized that my father would risk everything just so he could be with her.
Wow, and then you plan today?
Yes, Quincy. I had help from my mom and from Erica. I wanted to embarrass Kyle like Kyle embarrassed me, and like he embarrassed Erica.
I get why you're doing all this, but there's one thing I don't understand.
And what's that, Quincy?
How you could plan all this and not let me in on it.
We wouldn't have had time to plan it. My mother, Erica, and I only had a short window to execute. So when I invited you and Kyle, I did it as a way to ease suspicion that it was a setup.
Now that you say it like that, Leroy, I understand. You still took the low route by lying to me.
Hey, in order to make an omelet, you still have to crack a couple of eggs.
That's enough playtime for one day. Alright, I'ma head out.
Sure, dude. But will I be seeing you at the wedding?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on that.
Later, Quincy. Hey, Erica. Are you ready to go to the wedding?
Oh, about that, Leroy. I can't go to the wedding today.
Oh, are you not feeling okay?
No, it isn't that.
Well, what is it then?
I'm pregnant.
What? And then he says, it's true. No.
Listen, Leroy. I'm sorry things turned out this way.
Erica, I love you.
I'm sorry, but you can't be here right now. I have to discuss what I'm going to do.
Okay. If you need anything.
No thanks. No thanks.
1 second. This sucks. I can't seem to find a relationship that will last. My only hope is that my parents get back together. After my father breaks up this wedding, of course. I hope at least they can find happiness and romance. I wonder how many people are actually inside. Well, there's nearly 1,000 people in here. I don't even know 95% of who they all are. Wait, is that a camera crew? I knew my mother was rich, but I didn't know that she was also famous as well. Nobody's gonna leave her disappointed that things didn't work out the way that they wanted them to. Let's hope it's not me, shall we? I guess I'll take a seat right in the third row. It's not the best seat in the house, but it's available. And I see a space at the end that isn't occupied. That will give me plenty of room to hightail it out of here when things go south for my dad. Which of course, things probably will go south.
Excuse me, sir. This seat is reserved for only family members of the bride and groom only.
Yes, that's what I am, the son of the bride. I answered. That's who I am. I'm the son of the bride.
Oh, you're the son of the bride? Then I'm sorry, sir. I won't bother you again. My name is Zinko Jason at your service. My name is Zinko at your service.
Well, thanks, Zeke. I'll be sitting now. He says to me, yes, sir, I'll be at the door. I'll wait till he's left to say something. Okay, that guy's not fooling anybody. I know he's a spy. From the first words he said to me, he just sounded like he was a spy. He's a bit British too, or maybe not British, but you know, maybe a little bit of an accent in there. And with a name like Ezekiel, I wonder why he's here. I wonder why. Anyways, let me try to get through these vows. Then I'll be watching for the good stuff to unfold. And it will unfold. I've seen everyone walk down the aisle. From the flower girl to the ring bearer, from the bridesmaids to the best mans. Finally, I watch as that knuckle-headed punk, Clarence, walks down the aisle. Then 5 minutes later, my mother walks into the room and she looks stunning. Her gown is white and runs long. The whole audience is enthralled by my mother's appearance. She looks a little too good to not be married today. In any case, I can see that my father is here, and he's sitting in the back at the far end of the chapel. I hope he'll be loud enough to object.
We're gathered here today to join these two in holy matrimony.
Sure hope my father's getting ready to say what's on his mind. I'm looking at him sitting in the back. He looks like he's about to get cold feet. Come on, Dad. Come on.
If anyone finds that these two should not wed in holy matrimony, please speak now.
This is it.
Or forever.
This is the
hold
moment.
your peace.
Why isn't he moving? Why isn't he moving? Is he not going to do anything? Wait! I have to.
Yes?
I have to use the bathroom. And then, what I did next, I left my row and I ran all the way to the back of the church. I grabbed my father's arm and I loudly whisper in his ear, Dad, what are you doing? He tells me that he's not stopping the wedding. I say, how come? We planned this for over a week now. He says to me, Leroy, you can never plan to interrupt a wedding. You just can't do it. You mean that you can't do it? Dad, I'm gonna stop this mess from even happening. I let go of my father and march down the aisleway. And I say in front of everyone watching the vows that were taking place. I object. The voice of me and someone else spoke in unison. I turn around and I see who it was. And to my surprise, it was my English teacher, Miss Megan.
Do you really think you could get rid
Judging
of me
by
that
the look
easily?
on my mom and Clarence's faces, neither of them expected for Miss Megan to show up to this wedding.
You can't marry Clarence. He's still married to me.
Megan! What are you doing here? I clearly told you not to even talk to me until after our divorce is final.
Huh, Clarence? I'm not gonna let you leave me for this tramp.
Hey, you watch what you call my mother, you two-bit teacher. I yell to me.
Hey, you watch what you call my mother, you two-bit teacher?
You're just a two-bit mama's boy. So
After
hush.
a bit of information that Megan said, there was a loud gasp from each side of the room. Every person there began to murmur in a frenzy. Miss Megan continued.
I spoke with you last night. You told me you were on a business trip. I said, all right, fine. Go to San Diego for a month. See if I care. Turns out the whole time you were 40 minutes away with this homewrecker that wants to... And this whole time you've been just trying to marry her? Behind my back like I wouldn't find out? Really?
My mother replies, I didn't know that Clarence was married.
You're clueless. You could have seen the mark from his ring finger. He obviously has a white line where he took it off.
Hey! Don't you call her clueless, doofus!
I'm shocked. He treats me like garbage, but he treats my mother with respect somewhat. And oh no, this is just terrible. I see her looking at Clarence with a newfound admiration. Really? Thank you, my mother says to Clarence. Aww, the crowd goes.
Well, good, because I married Janice right here, right now.
This is a nightmare. My worst enemy is marrying my mother. Someone wake me up from this hell. Miss Megan is walking out of the church, and the pastor is closing the ceremony with his few questions for the bride and groom.
Okay.
Now, I guess I can proceed. Clarence, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do you part?
I do.
Now, do you, Janice, take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do you part?
Oh, Mom, please don't do it. Don't marry Clarence. She hesitates. Now she's looking over at my dad, and my dad is just standing there staring at her like an idiot. How could he be this stupid? I'm not even gonna object anymore, because what's the point? My life is over. And then she says, I won't marry you. Wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah, okay. And he's like, you don't mean that, Janice. I do mean that. I can't marry you, Clarence. Yeah.
Why?
Is it because of Megan?
You don't have to worry about
her.
She means nothing to me.
Even before Megan, I had already decided I wasn't going to marry you.
Well, you've got some nerve waiting until our wedding ceremony to back out of the marriage.
I already paid for the banquet later.
So don't act like this now.
Clarence shouts, revealing his true feelings towards my mother. I paid for the banquet later, and I paid for this wedding, my mother tells Clarence. You go, Mom, I yell out loud.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess you did pay for everything. But maybe I wanted to pay for it, you didn't let me. You had to be the big woman on campus and go pay for everything, didn't you?
I did, Clarence. That's because you're not man enough to even offer to pay. Even if I asked you, you would have just come up with some crazy excuse as to why you didn't have the money.
I could have asked for a loan.
Oh, I get it. Asking for a loan is
beneath you, isn't it?
Isn't it, Janice?
I can't go on one day.
I can't go on
without
one
feeling
day
like I'm a Neanderthal.
without feeling like I'm some sort of Neanderthal. I don't even have to try, Clarence. You wake up out of bed every day looking like a Neanderthal. Okay, after my mom's joke on Clarence, the crowd burst out in laughter. Even some people on his side of the family started to laugh. You think this is funny?
You all think this is funny?
Clarence
You
yells.
know what? We're
You know
through. I'm calling off the wedding.
I'm calling off the wedding. Yeah, I shout in joy in the back. Yeah! Clarence now is marching back down the aisle and leaving the chapel. Later, Clarence. I mock him. Ejectocito, cut.
I'm calling off the wedding.
On his way out. Out of my way, Clarence shouts as he pushes me over slightly. The Wicked Witch is dead. Okay. I'm sorry, everyone. It would appear that the wedding has been called off, the pastor states. Suddenly, my mom asks her bridesmaids to hold the ends of her dress. Now she's running to the back as the bridesmaids are running alongside her, holding the ends of my mother's dress. She stops and looks at my dad. Jeffrey, she calls out to him. Yes, my dad answers with his eyes open wide. I have never stopped loving you, my mom says to him, while he doesn't even move. Dad, say it back to her, I tell him. Oh yeah, I never stopped loving you either. My dad finally responds to my mother. Do you want to get married? She asks him. Janice, are you asking me to marry you? Jeffrey, yes, my mother excitedly exclaims with tears in her eyes. Say yes, Dad. Please, say yes. I yell. Yes, my dad says to my mother. Now he's jumping up from his seat, running down the aisle, and taking his place on the podium. Okay, the pastor says, after seeing what has unfolded. Before we do the whole I do thing, I have a few words I would like to say to my wife. My father, Jeffrey states. Then he shouts gently at the audience, if any of you would like to leave, you can do so now. The pastor looks at my father with weariness in his eyes.
Might as well keep the wedding going, son. If Clarence's family was going to leave, they would have left by now. Let's go and keep the wedding going.
The pastor was right. Almost all of Clarence's family had stayed to watch my mother get married to another man. It appears that they are actually happy at my parents getting married to each other, even if it's at the expense of their family member, Clarence. Yeah, we're enjoying ourselves, one of the women on Clarence's side of the family exclaimed. We don't like Clarence all that much anyway. A man who is also sitting on Clarence's side of the family remarks. Now my dad starts his speech and he goes, this is on such short notice. I know that most of you didn't come here expecting this woman to marry me, but neither did I. I thought I didn't have another shot with Janice, but God had other plans. When I first married Janice, I was a boy. I didn't know what I wanted in life. Now that I've gotten a bit older, I'm still a boy, but now I know what I want in life as a man. The crowd chuckles at my dad's joke, and he continues his speech saying, Janice, you taught me a very important lesson, that a woman might not always feel how she looks. What I mean is, you looked beautiful every day, but what I didn't know then was that you were suffering from postpartum depression. I couldn't recognize you anymore because you were so emotionally distant. It was hard to even sleep in the same room with you. My mom looks close to crying, but she isn't. I know there's more to my dad's story though. My dad is standing in front of her, and he just keeps on going, stating, now I realize that you are my perfect mirror, my other half. We think the same, we talk the same, we even eat the same. When I would stop communicating with you, you would stop communicating with me. We both tried running away and hiding our feelings of disappointment. I cheated on you with women that could never hold a candle to you. They could never match what you meant to me then and what you mean to me now. I will never be that guy again for you and for our son. The audience is clapping as tears are falling down my mother's face. I love you, Janice. Will you please forgive me for what I've done to you in the past? Yes, I forgive you, Jeffrey. Yeah, she exclaims. Okay, well, you both love each other, so by the power vested in me, the pastor states, I pronounce you man and wife. Sir, You may kiss the bride. My parents kiss each other, and it's happily ever after. At least for them anyway. I still got my own mountains to climb. Yeah. Knock, knock. Sound of me knocking on the door. Ding dong. Leroy. You know what, Kyle? I was actually gonna apologize for what I did to you yesterday. But you make it so hard for me to do that. Kyle then tells me how he really feels venting. Leroy, you don't have to apologize for yesterday. You have to apologize for every day that I've known you. You've been the worst part of my life since the first time we met. I can't stand your very existence. It irks me. Tell me where Erica is, or I'm coming in to find her, I yell at him. He says, listen, Leroy, if I tell you where she is, you can't tell anyone. And I'm telling him, Kyle, where is she? She's in the basement. He admits. And then I'm saying, is she alive? And he's like, of course she's alive. Why would you even think something like that, Leroy? I don't know, maybe it's because I think you're a killer. Well, I don't know. Am I a killer? He might allude to. I guess we'll find out together. Take me to the basement. I demand. I'm not sure that you want to go down there, Leroy. I shouted at Kyle. I said, take me to the basement. I'm not sure that I want to go down there either. But if the love of my life is trapped down there, then I want to be the one to comfort her. You know what, man? You're right, Leroy. I thought you were just using her to get revenge on me. But you really love Erica. I do. I announce. So I guess you don't mind being held for ransom then, Kyle asked me. I never said that. You don't have much of a choice, he tells me. Once you see Erica, you'll be locked down there with her. I'm like, you're making me second guess this whole thing, Kyle. What if Erica isn't really trapped down there in the basement? And she's in on this whole thing, this whole operation. You two are probably working together, trying to lure me in. So you can get my parents to send you money for my release. You could be right, Leroy. Erica could be in on it. Wait a second, I just realized something. You're an idiot, Kyle. You would never be smart enough to think of something so complex. Erica's also as innocent as a lamb. I'm smarter than I look, Kyle arrogantly remarks. Then you must look really stupid, I tell him back. Enough! I've had it with your insults, Leroy. It's either you come down to the basement and see Erica, or you leave here and never see Erica ever again. Now, what will it be? The first one, I replied. What was that you said, Leroy? I said the first one, stupid. Didn't you hear what I said? Take me to her now. Thank you, Leroy, for being a pain everywhere in my body and in my mind. And you're just a pain in the butt, Kyle. Alright, we had a little skirmish at the front door, me and Kyle. Right now he's taking me down a flight of stairs and into the basement. But what makes the whole thing really strange is that this isn't even his house. It's Erica's parents' house. So how in the world is he supposed to have trapped her inside of her own basement? Really? So 30 seconds of scuffling later, we've reached the bottom of the staircase and now I see her. Erica's tied up in a wooden chair by a rope. She has a cloth wrapped around and over her mouth, and the rest of her face is covered. The rest of her face is covered. Erica! You alright, Erica? Let me get you out of here.
Why'd you come, Leroy? Now we're both trapped.
Wait a minute. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine, alright? Let me get you out. Get you out. Okay. Get you out. You okay? Okay. I came back to save you because I love you, Erica. We're not trapped. I'm gonna get us both out of here, okay? I'm gonna get us both out of here. I came back to save you because I love you. I'm gonna get us out of here, okay? I don't think so. Kyle said from the near side of the top of the staircase. Kyle, are you telling me you're gonna lock this girl in the basement of her own house? What's the matter with you? Yes, Leroy, because it will be the last place anyone expects to look. Oh, and I won't have to worry about Erica's parents finding her. They'll be gone for the next 3 weeks on a business trip. He explains to me. What a coincidence. He then explained to us, you'll be staying down here with her until either the police arrive or the money from your parents has been presented to me. Well, we do have our phones. Me and her could just call the authorities or whatever and just let them know we've been locked down here so they can come save us. He goes, you mean these phones? Android. And then, yeah, I marvel. You know, I marvel at this feat of thievery. I mean, the thievery is insane. Right. What? How did you? Then he goes, you know, I'm smarter than I look, remember? See, Leroy, it's not about being book smart. It's about being street smart, he tells me. Bravo, you stole our phones. I can still beat you down without even breaking a sweat. Let's go.
Leroy! Stop it! Stop it!
Proceed to run up to him, and he punches me square in the face. You know, I was trying to land a hit on him first. He just hit me first. That's it. Kyle shakes off his right hand. He says to me, you know, you got a pretty tough skull, I'll tell you that much.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. Why are you sorry?
I'm sorry because you're hurt because of me.
Why? Why because of you? Why? Erica, I didn't get hurt because of you. I got hurt because I let my guard down, that's all.
I'm sorry I lied about being pregnant. I only did it to protect you.
That's what I thought. You told me earlier, maybe I could have done something a bit sooner though.
And what? Maybe I've gotten paralyzed? Leroy, I don't care what happens to me. I just need you to be okay.
I appreciate your concern for my well-being, Erica. But I'm gonna get you out of here. Even if I have a swollen face and broken limbs, they carry me out of here on a stretcher. As long as I see your smiling face, I know everything's gonna be okay.
I love you, Leroy.
Love you too, babe. Now let's figure out a way to get out of here. Ready to go into the vents now. I'm kind of claustrophobic.
Oh, you must be so scared.
No, I don't get scared, I'm a man.
Men get scared sometimes.
You're right.
Do you trust me?
Hello, Leroy. So nice of you to drop by.
What are you doing here, Clarence?
I'm taking over this operation. Now you listen up. I run things around here. You think you can ruin my plans, boy? You got another thought coming.
Clarence, what plan?
I want your mother's money. My plan was to marry her and then eliminate her and everyone that was in her will.
What kind of plan is that? That just sounds stupid.
So don't go around calling people stupid when you're facing a lunatic with a gun in his hand.
Good point. Carry on.
As I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, my plan to take your mother's money is still in effect. Now my plan is to use you as bait. So now I can do one of two things. I can either ask your mommy and your daddy for money for your release, or I can ask your mama to go ahead and marry me and have me deliver you to her in one piece.
Sounds like a plan. Let me speak to my mother so we can get the bidding war started, shall we?
Now wait just a second. I'm not done explaining my plan. It took me 6 long months to work out the details. First, I had to gather up enough information on your mother and you. So I had to look up ways to create the perfect background for myself. I changed my name, I bought a fake ID, I even brought a fake family to the wedding.
You mean to tell me that your name isn't really Clarence?
Nope. My name is Jason.
What?
I clicked on your mother's dating profile, started to flirt with her, and based on the number of messages we exchanged back and forth, she agreed to meet with me in person. We hit it off on a date, just like I'd anticipated. And during the course of the dates, she told me about you. And this is where things get really fun. I knew that your mother loved you so much that if you disliked me, I would have to do something drastic.
Using my toothbrush to clean out the toilet. Yeah, that was pretty drastic.
That's just not it, Leroy. I just straight up hate you. And I thought those pranks were funny. What was drastic started 3 weeks ago when you went on that date with Elise.
You know about Elise? You know about Elise?
She is a sweet girl. And in fact, she's too good for you. She also is my daughter.
What?
I sent her on that date with you to gather information. But she said that you were handsome and she really liked you. And I told her that she's done gathering information and she needs to dump you.
You mean Elise really does like me?
I don't think it matters much right now. Elise, come over here and shut that door.
Dad, what are you doing?
Elise, wait in the car. Your daddy is finishing some business.
Is that Leroy over there? And why are you holding a gun to some girl's head? This can't be happening.
Your father's a good man, honey. Sometimes I just have to do some dirty work. But just remember, anything that I do it for you.
But Dad, this is insane.
Don't do that. Don't you be so ungrateful, you little brat.
Hey, don't talk to her like that.
Leroy, why are you defending her?
Because Clarence or Jason or whatever his name is wrong about talking to Elise that way.
I run this show now.
Erica, why are you pointing that gun at Elise? She didn't do anything wrong.
I know that, Leroy, but since some people like pointing guns at women, I thought I'd do the same. I run this show now.
Erica, that's crazy. Put the gun down.
I don't think I will put it down.
Erica, put the gun down. Erica, is that you? Is that you?
Yes, it is me, Leroy. This is the first time you've actually seen me, and it's actually me, the real Erica.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Of course you don't understand. Let me spell it out for you. I don't love you.
Erica, stop. You're breaking my heart.
Don't worry. The pain will be over soon enough once you realize the truth.
Someone else appears. It's Kyle. He starts off by saying all smug and sly. I'll explain it all to you, Leroy, just so you'll understand everything.
I think you mean we'll explain everything.
Of course, babe. We'll explain together, Kyle states.
You're working with her? You traitor!
Clarence. No, I mean Jason, shouted Kyle. We could have all been in this together, but you just had to point a gun at my girl's head. Big mistake. Kyle tells Jason.
Really big mistake. Really big mistake.
Kyle begins to explain, saying, ever since I first met you, I've been planning to steal all you owned. I knew it would take me a couple of years, but I think I can finally pull it off now. That's exactly what Kyle told me.
We.
Then he corrects himself. Sorry, we. I know you must be a little confused how Erica and I pulled this thing off. All you have to know, Leroy, is that we outsmarted you. No, they didn't. Everyone in this room has deceived you in one form or another. It's not that we're the most cunning people in the world, it's just that we find you, Leroy, absolutely gullible. That's what they told me. That's what Kyle told me. Erica starts to explain, saying,
We planned everything from the coffee shop to the wedding to... We did everything we wanted to do.
So Kyle, we were at the coffee shop and you planned to argue with Jason.
Kyle and I planned this whole thing. However, I had no idea that barista girl was involved in this in any way.
My name is Erica.
Your name ought to be Crazy Barista Girl that needs to quit pointing that gun at my daughter.
I think we all need to calm down and apologize to Leroy. He was the only one consistently lied to.
Shut up! Everyone lies. It's up to the person who hears a lie to discern whether it's true or not.
That's right, Kyle agrees with Erica. Kyle says to me, well, Leroy, I was thinking that I would leave you down here to rot until help came. But I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to off you here and now. Disgusting. It's disgusting. I think you should all keep me alive, Kyle. I am your cash cow after all, I tell him.
He's got a point.
It was fine. We'll let you live. And in return, we'll receive our reward.
What about me?
What about you, Jason? What about you? Kyle remarks.
I thought we was business partners. Shouldn't I get a cut of that money too?
Points the gun back at Jason.
I don't think we'll share the money with anyone else.
Now hold on, little lady. This is an incredible opportunity that we have here. I mean that if we all work together, we will find the most success.
I agree. I say to ease the tension.
I'm not talking about you, boy. I'm talking about us regular people.
I think just because I'm rich, I'm less of a human. I got news for you. Clarence or Jason, whatever your name is, I am human and I have feelings too. And now I'm feeling really betrayed. Y'all some monsters. Monsters. Kyle goes to me. Cry me a river. Leroy, nobody cares about how you feel. We just want your money. Constance.
Leave Leroy alone. Haven't we tortured him enough? Just let him go home.
You know that neither I nor they will want him to leave that basement without us getting a reward.
If you all won't let Leroy go, I'll just have to stay down here with him.
All right. You can stay down here for as long as you shall please.
What about me?
Dad, where are you going? Why are you allowing me to get trapped down here? I'm your daughter, and you're my dad. Why would you just leave me?
Well, it's pretty easy once I start moving my feet left and right. Bye, sweetie.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry. I really don't want to talk to anyone right now.
I'm sorry for everything. You didn't deserve this. My father thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's not. All he ever does is talk about money. I can't stand him. When is he ever going to act like a real father? When will he ever love me like I'm his daughter?
I get it, Elise. I get it.
What do you get?
I get how you didn't kiss me that night.
Why do you think about that now at a time like this?
At first I thought you were stuck up. But now I'm realizing it all makes sense. It all makes sense to me now. Why you did what you did that night.
I told you that it was my friend that told me.
I know, Elise. It's just that fire in your eyes. When you set your mind on something, it's how I know you'll never back down from a fight.
But I'm not a fighter.
Yes, you are a fighter. I can see it in your eyes. You're ready to fight for your freedom.
But Dad, this is
You
insane.
can stand up to your own dad to fight for your freedom.
What are you trying to say?
At least I'm saying that I should have been the one to fight for you. But I gave up and I settled.
Leroy, no. You did what you thought was right, and I did what I thought was right at the time.
But I didn't think what I did was right. I should have never moved on from you. I forced my love on Erica. I disrespected you and I'm sorry. How I tried to distance myself.
Leroy, stop. Please.
No, Elise. I love your fire, I love your passion, and your will. You fought for me even when I gave up on myself.
Just let him go home.
You didn't have to stay down here with me. But you did it anyway. Because you're a fighter who never gives up.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
I love you.
Leroy, you're emotionally vulnerable right now. You shouldn't be saying things like that. You are probably still distraught after finding out about your girlfriend's.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes, I'm probably still distraught. However, I mean every single word that flows out of my mouth. I love you, Elise. With all my heart.
Look, Leroy, I like you, but love is too strong a word to describe how two people feel for each other. Love is unconditional. It creates, it keeps hold. I can't even grasp a word like love.
I get what you're saying.
And you know I wouldn't sugarcoat the truth like that other girl. Love is more than a feeling.
Love is who we are.
I'm sorry. Love is who we are. What were you and Erica doing down here?
Trying to kiss, but we only lasted 15 seconds.
Leroy, how could you expect me to kiss you when you kissed another girl like an hour ago?
About you. And
I don't
we were
know.
in the basement.
You're right, though. I should have thought of that. I should have thought that one. Oh yeah, you still have your phone with you. Now we can call the police.
About that, I don't want my father Jason arrested again.
Again? He's been arrested before?
Yeah, he was in jail for a crime he claims he didn't commit. He was there for 13 years. He got out last year on my 18th birthday.
Okay, so maybe for you, I'll wait on calling the police, but can I at least call a friend?
Okay.
Hey Leroy, where you at, man? I'm right outside.
Quincy, I need you to listen to me very carefully. I'm trapped in Erica's basement with Elise.
Whoa, hold up. Are you being held prisoner?
We're gonna need your help to get us out of here.
What does it look like me breaking in somebody's house? I could get shot or worse.
Thank you so much.
Who'd you call?
My friend Quincy. He's on his way.
Do you think we can trust him?
I don't just think we can trust him. I know we can trust him. I know very few people like my friend Quincy. He's one of the realest dudes I know.
If you say so. I don't think we should trust people that easily.
What do you mean by so easily, Elise?
I run this show now.
I mean that people often have bad intentions and it's hard to find someone that has good intentions for others.
That's true.
I don't want any more people to hurt you, Leroy. Not even me. I lied to you when I said you weren't my type. You were always my type. And we are compatible to one another.
Man, if only I knew that sooner, Elise.
It's alright. We have time. We'll wait a few minutes for your friend to show up, but if he doesn't within the next 30 minutes, we have to figure out another way out of here.
I definitely wouldn't want to use the vents because I'm claustrophobic.
That would make things a little complicated.
But if it is the last resort, I'll do it. It'll be a real struggle for me to start trusting someone after today.
Even if you were to trust someone again, it would still be too soon.
What are you doing here, Clarence?
I'm taking over.
I'll have trouble trusting my dad after he lied about what he did and still does for a living. Leroy, do you think my father actually kills people?
Money.
I have no idea.
My plan was to marry her.
What that man does for a living.
Eliminate her.
I even still think his name is Clarence. But apparently it's Jason.
You know, when I was little, my dad used to take me to the park and he would tell me to wait by the park bench. He was always trying to flirt with women.
Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. What kind of man would leave his own daughter by the park bench and just to flirt with some women? No less.
Yeah, this is when I found out about my fear of squirrels. I used to hate those things growing up and I still do today. One day I was sleeping alone on the park bench when a squirrel crawled up on top of me as I slept.
That's terrible, that's terrible.
There's more. When I woke up on the bench that day, I saw its beady eyes piercing through my mind, body, soul. I can say that I saw that devil that day, and he was a squirrel.
Jeez. Your fear is definitely much worse than mine is. At least I'm afraid of enclosed spaces, which means I can't be found in certain places, but you're afraid of squirrels. I mean, you're practically everywhere. I mean, even on television, squirrels are everywhere.
I know. Which is why I only watch shows and commercials on TV networks that I know won't have squirrels on them. I also make sure that whenever I go outside and I run into a squirrel, that I can run away without getting hit by a car.
Oh, you're serious? Oh, I'm so sorry, Elise. That sounds like a traumatizing childhood and adulthood.
It is. But I'll always forgive my father for the wrong things he's done to me. I also feel that if I treat others how I want to be treated, people will treat me better in return.
But you feel like you have to please people in order to get treated right?
I don't know. At least show them respect. Everyone deserves respect, right?
They do, but only the respect that they deserve. Take your father, for instance. If he treats you like you're less than...
Don't you be so ungrateful, you little brat.
Then you can treat him like he's
I'm sorry, I tried to hold it.
That's okay. You can treat him like he's less than. That was a cute sneeze, buddy. That was very cute. You know, he treats you like you're his pet or something. Like you're someone he can put on a leash.
My father never put me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That was good.
Okay.
No, it's good.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to cut you off.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
My father never put me on a leash.
Wait,
but it kind of feels like
it's a business.
You don't understand, Leroy. You weren't there.
I wasn't, but I get how your father
Anything that I do,
hurt you.
I do it for you.
I get you and how you need to please him.
Dad, what are you doing? Stop trying to psychoanalyze me. You don't know me.
I feel like I've known you all my life, Elise.
Well, you haven't. How about I psychoanalyze you, Leroy?
All right, go right ahead.
You're delusional, conceited, and your wealth has spoiled you.
Ouch. But I've been called worse. Keep going, though.
You're a narcissist who thinks that the world revolves around him.
It does, but keep going.
You fall for every girl every other day, and your best friend is an imaginary one. You think you're the coolest, but...
I really am the coolest. I'm just saying.
You think you can fool me, but I know that you tell almost every woman that you've met that you love them. That's how you manipulate them into getting into a relationship with you.
Dang, you sure told me. That's why you're different. You get me like nobody else. Nobody else.
I wouldn't say very different.
What do you feel for me? Listen, Leroy, what I feel for you is true. But I realize how much you play games, and that's why I don't want any part of you.
What is it that you feel for me, Elise?
You see? You weren't even listening to me. I don't want any part of you.
I was listening to you, Elise, but I kind of stopped listening before you said what I feel for you is true.
Doesn't matter now, Leroy. If the guy I feel for is a jerk.
Elise, you have feelings for me?
Unbelievable.
Elise, I'm kidding. I know that I'm a jerk, but what if I told you that you actually like me for that very reason?
No, Leroy, I don't like you for that very reason.
Then for what reason would you like a guy like me for? You know, is it for my money?
No, not that either.
For what then, Elise?
I thought you were sweet, but clearly I was wrong.
Sweet? Why would I ever want a woman to call me sweet? Do you know how demoralizing that sounds for a woman to ever call a man sweet?
Well, for me, it caused me to like you more. But I can see now that was all an act.
Hold up. I don't act for anyone.
So, when you bought me all that stuff on those dates, you weren't just trying to sleep with me?
No. It's what I always do. I always buy stuff for my dates.
Okay, then how many dates have you been on in the past 3 months?
Well, now, wait a second. At least that's not the point.
That's exactly my point.
All right. 7 dates with 4 different women, including you and including my ex, Erica.
At least you're being honest, Leroy. At least you're being honest.
I know I am, and I'm also honest about being honest when I say that I enjoy my dates with you more than I did with any of the others.
Are you still friendly with them, Leroy?
Do you mean like physical or psychological?
I mean whatever you mean.
Well, I do still text them. I mean, if that's what you mean. I mean, nothing more than texting, though.
Okay, did you tell Erica that you loved her?
I did, but I didn't mean it.
You see, Leroy?
I love you, Leroy.
Love you too, babe. I mean, I did.
Leroy!
I mean, I just meant that I love you for you more.
Leroy!
Alright, okay, Eric. Eric, what was I supposed to tell her? What was I supposed to say that I didn't have feelings for her?
How long have you even known Erica for?
A couple of weeks. But why do you?
Nope. Keep answering my questions. Leroy, how long did you date Erica before you had told her that you loved her?
That's not.
Answer the question.
But that's not important.
Leroy, answer the question.
2 days. But she was emotional and was telling me that I was her hero, and I felt like saying it in the moment.
How many times did you tell her that you loved her?
5 times. Once I said it the first time, it became easier to say it all those other times.
Leroy, how could you trust a girl that you barely even knew, then put her on a pedestal?
Elise.
I'm not finished, Leroy. You need to hear this. And you might think that your ex-girlfriend Erica and your best friend...
Former best friend.
You might think that your former best friend Kyle and your ex played you for a fool, but no, Leroy. You played yourself.
Yeah! I don't get you, Elise. I don't get you.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're stuck down here with me, all right? Okay, a guy you don't really care much for. Yet when you have the choice to get to be with your dad, who's probably plotting his way to get to my mother's fortune.
Let Leroy go.
You instead stay down here with me. Why is that?
Well, it's because I felt sorry for you. I didn't think you would want to be down here alone, so I decided to just stay with you.
Okay. You see, that's my point. You chose to stay here with me. You wanted to please me because you are a people pleaser.
That's it. No. I had enough of your bullcrap. I'm done.
Okay. So, Elise, your father, whose name is actually Jason, plans to steal my mother's fortune, and you being the daughter of said Jason,
if you all
decided on your own to stay down here with me, the son of said mother with said fortune.
Where are you going with this?
Okay, hold on. Let me finish. I gave you a chance to speak. Now it's my turn. At least you said that you had decided. You said that you had decided to stay so that you could keep me company, so I wouldn't get lonely. Is that correct?
Well, I didn't say those words exactly.
But you meant to say it like that. You're staying down here with me to keep me preoccupied, so I won't try to escape on my own.
What? That doesn't make any sense. If I were in on this bullcrap operation, then why would I let you call your friend?
Oh,
You mean Quincy?
We're gonna need your help.
Yeah, I figured
This
he's
case
in on
is
this whole
muddy.
operation too. He might have orchestrated the whole
The
thing.
bait makes them feel comfortable,
How would he have done that?
like it is in a trap.
See, I'll tell you, Elise. At first, it got me, and it got me
I think
too.
I will put it down.
But as I saw Erica holding the gun at you,
It is
okay?
me.
I saw that you didn't even flinch. All right, you knew she wasn't going to shoot you, and you just stood there like you were in total control.
What? I was scared for my life. If anything, I was petrified with fear.
What person who just had a gun pointed at them, okay, who just had a gun pointed at them, that then says that they were petrified with fear, and I know when someone is lying. I know when someone is lying. You know, I know that you're not very good at it.
Of course you know when someone is lying because you're the king of liars. Don't try to deflect what I said about you earlier. I know that on our dates we went on that you were texting other girls. Let's talk about that, Leroy.
You're the one who changed the subject. As I was saying, before being rudely interrupted, you didn't come down here to please me.
Run
On
things
the
around
contrary, you came down here
here.
to
You could ruin
please
my
your
plans,
father.
boy.
The gun
You got
pointing
another
thing
thought coming.
was used to trick me into thinking you weren't a part of all of this. You know what? But now I realize that you're the key, Elise.
You got me.
What?
Yeah, I said you got me, Leroy. I didn't think that you'd figure it out so accurately.
I was just kidding, Elise. Are you serious? Oh my God.
No, you idiot. It's the truth. Is that what you think? That I'm trying to trick you? Really? Is that it?
By God, you didn't have to slap me that hard.
How about I pinch you then?
Stop it, Elise. Stop. What, are you crazy or something?
No, I'm just crazy about you, Leroy. All right, I said it. Are you happy now?
No. I won't be. Not until I kiss you. Oh!
What are you doing?
Elise, you just look like you wanted to. Okay, I misread the situation entirely. It's cool.
I hate you!
Whoa. Elise, calm down. I was just having a little fun. I thought I was trying to be clever.
You were just trying to be clever. Then what do you call me, stupid?
I don't know. Whenever I open my mouth to speak, I guess.
I don't get the laugh.
What was that? Like, what was that? Your laugh? Oh, that is your laugh. I don't know whether to laugh with you or to laugh at you.
You think you're funny, don't you?
No, but I think that you think I'm funny, and that's enough for me to make you laugh so much.
Whatever, Leroy. We can't stay here forever.
I know, my friend Quincy will be here, I promise.
I think it's for you.
Hello? I'm inside, locked downstairs, in Erica's basement. We need you to break into our house and free me and Elise. Yes, Quincy, please do this for me. We don't have much time. Okay, alright. Do you see anyone there in the driveway?
Oh, I don't see any cars in the driveway or anything. They can still have cameras.
No, I know. But could you make sure that
That there was really no one there?
What difference does that make? I can still get charged for breaking and entering.
Shh, don't say it so loud. People will hear you.
What? I'm not doing it. I've had 5 of my uncles go to prison for things they didn't even commit and put away just because of their peers, because of peer pressure. Like, I'm not doing it.
But it's not like that, Quincy. I'm asking you to save the lives of myself and Elise.
What? Elise is down there?
Yes, she is down here.
This must be her phone you're using then, correct?
Yes, it is.
So I can call her whenever I want?
Unless she blocks your number, Quincy, which right now, if you don't save us, could be very likely.
Okay, but one more question. Why'd you call me and not the cops?
Because the cops can't do what you can for us, Quincy.
And what's that, Leroy?
Save us.
Alright, I'm on my way. Stay.
Thank you for letting me use your phone, Elise. Quincy's right outside.
I sure hope he doesn't get in trouble for breaking and entering.
Me neither. But we should need an escape plan that doesn't involve me shoving my claustrophobic self in a narrow enclosed space.
And one that doesn't involve the cops coming in, arresting everyone and taking them in for questioning.
But would you be willing to have your father arrested if it meant the safety of my family?
Leroy, you know I could never choose between you or my father.
But what if you did? Who would you choose?
Leroy, you know I can't.
Answer the question, Elise. Who would you choose, me or your father?
No, I won't.
Alright, I get it. He is the man that you wished was around to raise you. Now he tries to treat you like you're his princess, while he treats everyone else like they're garbage.
I'm sorry for what he put you through these past couple weeks. When my dad came home, he would tell me about all these things he did to you. They were so cruel. And my father would just laugh and say it was okay because you were rich and didn't have a soul.
So you know about it. You know about every single thing he did and plans to do. And you don't care about the fact that he's trying to steal my mother's fortune by any means necessary.
Leroy, it's not like that.
No, it is like that, Elise. I can see how you really don't care about what happens to my mother.
It had been so long since I'd seen my father, I just wanted him back. That was it.
Well, now you got him. If me sending your father back to prison saves my mother's life, then I'm making sure he rots there.
Fine.
Fine.
I guess I won't be seeing you around for the holidays.
Guess you won't, Elise.
Today has been the strangest day of my entire life. Here I am having broken up with my girlfriend of only about a week, mind you. His name is Erica, after she lied and told me she was pregnant, but she wasn't. And then she lied when she said she loved me. And then she locked me in the basement of her own house with another one of my exes, who just so happens to be the woman of my dreams. This woman of my dreams is so difficult to be around, not only because she's beautiful, but also because her father is a narcissistic psychopath whose only mission is to get rich by stealing my mother's fortune by any means necessary. Like killing us all. For real. There is one good thing to come out of this day. My parents getting married to each other for the second time. I also know another potential hope, which is my best friend Quincy and Elise getting me the heck out of here. Here's to positivity, the good kind. There is some hope in the endless hopelessness of romance. That's a pretty good name. I should write that down.
That's Quincy.
How could you be so sure?
It's just that my friend, he has a certain way that he knocks on doors.
Well, if it's unlocked from the outside, why didn't he just unlock it and open the door for us?
I don't know. But that really means that it must not be him. Or he's never actually been in the classroom before, so that's not a bad thing. The door's locked from the outside, Quincy. Quincy! Quincy, what happened to you, man?
What's going on?
Help me get him down, please, Elise.
Oh God, I hate blood. I'm so sorry, Leroy. You told me to help bring him down the stairs and I couldn't do it. I'm so sorry. My father had to do this. I just know he would do something like this. He said for me to stay down there with you and keep you busy until he'd kill your mother. He split the fortune with me, Erica, and Kyle. I'm so sorry I didn't tell you sooner. Leroy, I really do love you. What is he still doing alive? Were you two in on this together? Leroy, did you have anything to do with this? I really don't know what to say. You got me so emotionally involved just to manipulate me. That's low. I'm tired and I want to go home. I just can't believe that you would stoop so low after all we've been through together.
At least you lied to me first. I know you love me and that's cool. But when you lie to the person you love so many times, it becomes hard to actually trust that person.
I'm going to apologize to you, Leroy. Not for how I did it, but for what I did. I'm sorry, but with how you did me, I can never forgive you. I have love for you, but I'm no longer in love with you.
Blah, I've heard it 1,000 times, okay? I'll admit, I'm attracted to you. I even asked you out several months ago, and I decided for myself that I would change because I heard you like bad boys.
And what's your point, Quincy?
You said to me that you like bad boys. I decided to reinvent myself, make myself more that type of dude. Because I wasn't being true to myself. And so I was trying to become that dude at least, and I failed. I used to idolize you and worship the ground you walked on.
And? I didn't ask to be idolized, Quincy. I'm a human being, and I deserve to be treated that way. Not like some trophy that can only be kept at home. Or be forced to be a housewife who has to watch the children while my husband gets a job and makes all the money. I have dreams too.
I get that, but I'm talking about the women that abuse men, causing them to waste their time and their resources. Women who play with men's heartstrings, who have no regards for what it does to the man. Shut up!
Do you know how hard it is for a young woman to find a good man?
No, because I'm not a woman.
There you go. You proved my point. Do you know what it's like to be pursued by people that only want you for your body and your face and not for your mind and intellect?
I do get a lot of that by most women. But yeah, you're right. I don't go after women with that quality as much as I should. Guys like me and Leroy are the ones you seek to find. But then you put this wall up, which makes it harder for you to reach us.
That's true. I'm guarded because I have to protect myself.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Leroy, you're right. Yes, you are right. And for the first time, I think, in the history of forever, Leroy, I think you're right.
Why, thank you, Elise. That means so much to me. You don't even know.
Oh, I know.
That's brilliant.
Probably the next 299 things you say are going to be wrong.
Yes, but I'll still have this one.
He won't kill her first. First he'll kidnap her, then he'll forcefully marry her, and finally...
And finally he takes my mother's fortune. Come on, we gotta go. I know you don't trust me anymore. After the trick I just played on you. But with as many times as you lied to me, Elise, I still feel that I can trust you.
What do you want to tell me, Leroy?
Tell me what your father's full plan is. Please, Elise.
I already told you. He plans to kidnap your mother and force her to marry him.
I know what you said, but where is the kidnapping gonna take place?
I don't know.
If you don't know, then why are we in such a hurry to leave? If you don't know.
I don't know.
My mom's in trouble, Quincy. It's worth hurrying to leave.
Hold on. So, I'm just saying, Elise can call her father and he can tell her over the phone when and where to kidnap her. That's not what I meant, Leroy. When and where he has plans to kidnap your mother.
Oh, I didn't think of that. At least could you call your dad and ask him where and when he plans to kidnap my mother?
All right, I'll do it. But when I'm on the phone, neither of you can make a sound. He can't assume that we even escaped.
Got it, Elise.
Hello, Dad. Leroy is asleep in the basement. I'm still with him down here. Oh, no. He didn't try to make a move on me or anything. I was just calling to see if you were still going through with your plan to kidnap Leroy's mother. Oh, no. He didn't tell me to ask you that. I was only wondering if you told me when and where you were planning it at. Okay. Bye.
Did he say where?
He told me that he plans to do it sometime between 9 p.m. and midnight.
I can't believe this man.
I can't either.
You were right, Leroy. My father is a monster. How could he abduct a woman on her wedding night?
I don't know. But I just had a thought. Even if your dad does abduct my mom, he can't marry her because if he tries to marry her, I mean, it'd be illegal. She's already technically married to my dad.
You're right. Let me go call him and tell him what you said. 1 second. Dad, Leroy was telling me how you can't marry his mother because she's already married. Oh gosh, I'm such an idiot. I can't believe that I told my father that you know about his plan.
Nice going. Now all of our lives are ruined.
Just calm down. Calm down. We can figure this thing out together, okay?
Nice going. Now all of our lives are in danger.
Oh gosh, I'm such an idiot.
No, you're not an idiot, Elise. You're very smart. You're very smart.
Oh gosh. Hold on.
It's okay. Hey, Elise.
What's that in your hand?
Oh, this? This is a pocket knife that my father gave to me. Call your pops. Tell him I tried to kiss you.
Leroy, why would you want me to do that?
I have no choice but to come down here and deal with me.
All right.
Okay.
Good deal with him.
Call your pops. I gotta see this. He's gonna be in for a big surprise.
No. I'm not gonna call him if you plan on hurting him. She told me. I say to her, Elise, he plans to hurt my mother. If you don't call him, then I'll just have to call the police. After I said all that, Elise opens her passenger side door, gets out of the car, and sobs. After I said all that, Elise starts to sob. Then Quincy pinches me on the shoulder. "Ow, Quincy, why'd you pinch me?" I scream at him, and then he goes, "I pinched you because you're acting like me, that's why." "Why are you saying that sentimental stuff after you just pinched me, pal?" Me is because I try to act all tough and macho, but in reality, everyone else just sees me as a jerk. Well, I'm not a jerk. I'm doing the right thing, that's all, I tell him. He tells me that sometimes doing the right thing isn't always the best thing. What the heck does that even mean? And he's saying it, he means it by we as men have a certain way of handling things, with violence. I agree with him there. I say, yeah. And then he goes ahead and tells me, so women are a bit different. They care for people, nurture and things like that. Like, okay, I kind of see what you mean. And I say, well, now think about this, Leroy. After we violent men handle our business, who do you think cleans our wounds? He tells me it's our mothers, our girlfriends, our wives. Didn't know he was that articulate. Geez, Quincy, how many women do you have in your life? He tells me, no, it's not like that. And he's saying that the reason women hold a special place in his heart is because they keep us from completely destroying ourselves, the men. I never thought about it like that. And he tells me, he didn't think about it until that very day, and that men have the testosterone, women have estrogen, and then if you have this polarity in a relationship, of course, these chemicals are pulled together like magnets. And then I'm like, wow. Here I was thinking I was a smart one. You never saw a classroom that so much about everything. He tells me that he had a lot of time to read. It helped him get through life. And that he's also learned from seeing others' mistakes to help him avoid the mistakes that they made. And I asked Quincy, what should I do? And he goes ahead and tells me, go talk to her, man. Tell her you're sorry and that you didn't mean to cause her any pain. And, I tell him I think you should do it for me, Quincy. And you know what, Quincy straight tells me, Leroy, if I go right now up to Elise, she's going to be my girlfriend. Really? Is that what you think? And then he goes in and says, I'm not going to become your wingman if I go to console Elise. If he goes to console Elise, he's going to make her his girl. So, yeah, but I just thought, he wanted to help me out. And then I was like, he tells me it's every man for himself. That should let me know it's a red flag right there. Okay, and then I say, I will go and talk to her. I will go and console her and apologize. But on second thought, I chickened out. And then I just told Quincy, just do it for me. Talk to her. And, he tells me, he says, I can't believe you right now. And he says, fine, I'll do it, but I'm warning you, if Elise falls for me, then I'm going to date her from here on out. You heard me, Leroy? And I oblige. I say, I heard you. Now go get her back for me. And then Quincy's like, watch this. And then I watched. He was to console Elise, and then he wiped the tears from her eyes. And then, I realized I made a big mistake. They're walking back to me, and then she tells me that Quincy told me about how you really feel, and like, how do I really feel? I ask her, and then she tells me that he said to her that I loved her. I loved her from the very beginning, and that this whole thing has really shaken me to my core. I ask, did he really say all that? Did Quincy really say all that about me? And Quincy says, say that's right, you idiot. I say, that's right, you idiot, because I was an idiot back in the day. Oops, I didn't mean to say it like that, I tell her. And she tells me, no, it's okay. She knows it was a pretty messed up situation. I was pretty messed up mentally over it, but I was normally like that. I turn over to Quincy, and then I ask him, dude, what the heck did you say to her? Why is she so calm and compassionate towards me? And he said, I just told Elise how you really felt. And then I told her that you said all of it. Quincy tells me. I'll call my father, she tells me, and then tell him that you tried to kiss me so you both can discuss things like real men. It's half true. I did try to kiss her. Not worth killing me over, but it is what it is. Oh, at least I tell her, what do you mean by like real men? Quincy was telling me how you and my father are driven by testosterone, and how you both need to duke it out in a final battle for my honor. So he brainwashed her into believing that I can fight. Cause I'm a man, cause I got testosterone. Really? I mean, could probably fight a lot better with their estrogen, to be really honest with you. They're the protective ones of the mothers of their children. Interesting story, my mom got our purse stolen, and we were in the car as children, me and my sister, and then she basically chased after that robber and then nearly got her purse back, but the robber threw the purse to two other robbers, so they ended up getting away, but my mom survived. Basically, she would have taken them all on her motherly maternal instincts, that they're in our lives. So you're awesome, Mom. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Oh, Quincy, I tell him, you really didn't have to. I mean, really, you didn't have to. And I'm irritated because, he said, I didn't have to. What, Leroy? And then I'm saying, that's how you want to handle things, isn't that right? And then I'm just like, you didn't have to explain to her like it was Animal Planet. Like, really, you didn't have to do that. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Quincy, what is wrong with you? He tells me this is what he gets for being a great friend. At least tries to ease the tension, saying, that me and her father need to battle it out sometime, which makes absolutely no sense at all. Telling us we both have so much aggression that we need to let out. Really? Oh, brother, this can't be happening right now. I see her calling her dad and telling him, hello, Dad. Leroy tried to kiss me. And no, I let him know not to touch me, but he won't quit. Thank you, Dad. See you soon. Really? I watch her hang up the phone. He's on his way over here, so you better get ready. Lord. Chapter 22. Only 5 minutes had passed, and Quincy and Elise made it clear to me that they liked each other. The gazes they would share, disgusting. It just reminded me of the way my mom and dad used to look at each other when I was younger. Yuck. Just yuck. And Quincy and Elise, both of you, I just don't like you anymore. Quincy asked her, Elise, do you have any plans over the summer? I don't. Why do you ask? She's just preening and smiling back at him for no reason whatsoever. I was thinking maybe that you and I can go on a road trip, he says to her, and that, what is one state you've never been to? He asked her. He goes, oh, Quincy, how sweet of you. She goes, that's definitely a great offer, Quincy. I'll definitely think about it. As for the state, I guess I haven't been out of the state of Georgia yet, so any one of them. Why didn't you just say Hawaii or Alaska and be done with it? Getting on my nerves. Interesting, he tells her. Would you enjoy going with me to Florida? That would be nice. I just hope everything turns out okay with what we're planning to do against my father and all, she goes. Yeah, about that, Elise, I interject. There's only 3 things that can happen if your father showed up. Just 3 things, alright? Open it up right there. You can all see. First is him being arrested. Alright? Which you don't like, I told Elise. And then second is him being badly injured. By me, of course. Yours truly, Leroy. Quincy wonders, and the third? I say, and the third would be me getting badly hurt, which is something I just won't let happen at all. Not even my wildest nightmares or dreams. Elise replies, I wouldn't enjoy any of those options, but if it means that your parents are safe, then she'll be okay with whatever happens. to her father. Okay, I won't hurt your father, Elise, but I'm calling the authorities. Tell her. Quincy remarks, Leroy, you mean you're calling the cops? And then I said, that's what I said. Quincy, that's what I said. Didn't you hear what I said? Then he comes out of the blue and says, the thing is, Leroy, I have an arrest record. Really? When and if the cops show up, they'll be asking me questions. And somehow I'll probably get myself arrested for breaking and entering. Then I'm locked up in jail, and I can't have that on my record, he goes. I understand maybe you can get out of here before the cops show up. Lee says, oh my God, my father's here. Her father is here. Everyone hide. I whisper. And all three of us are just huddled behind Quincy's car as Jason parks in the driveway and gets out of his own car. Everyone hide, I whisper. And all three of us are just huddled behind Quincy's car as Jason parks in the driveway and gets out of his own car, and he carries with him a pistol, and with the way he's holding it, facial cleanse, with the way he's holding it, this pistol, he looked like he was planning to shoot me with it. I know he was planning to shoot me with it. Real talk. All because I allegedly kissed his daughter. Give me a break. Oh no, that man has got a gun. Oh no, that man has got a gun, Quincy whispers aloud. Shh, quiet, I try my best to whisper to him. Elise goes, I made a mistake by calling him. You don't think? Or you think? Goes, now there's almost no chance of escape. Almost. Quincy goes, it's practically home. It's homeless. What's the name? It's practically hopeless. I go, you're right. It's the title of the movie. I just said, you're right, Quincy. We were in a very hopeless situation right then and there. Quincy states, I really didn't think you'd be so negative. I explained myself, we're all just stating the facts. There was really almost no way to get out of there. Elise goes, well, Leroy, I don't believe that's completely true. I go, but it is, Elise. It is the truth. Just like how we're not getting out if you're alive. And I mean just me and Quincy when I say we. I'll never be able to save my mother, and I'll never find love. I'm hopeless. And Elise calmly replies to me, no, you are not homeless. You are not hopeless. Both. Leroy, you will survive. You will save your mother. You will find love. You will find love. How could you be so sure? Elise, how could you be so sure? She replies, because I believe in you. Because I love you. She loves me. She loves me. What? Me and Quincy reply simultaneously, and he says, yes, I love you, Leroy. Music to my ears. Just music. We're locking eyes. She's looking at me, I'm looking at her. She's getting closer and closer to me, and then I think she wants to kiss me, and it's just like, now we're locking lips, and then here this goes. Yep. Memories. Quincy's house, what is going on? And then Elise, her dad, yells in her direction. Jason was across the street and opening the door when he spotted me and his daughter kissing each other, making out. At that very moment, Elise and I stopped kissing each other. We were currently looking at Jason like deers in headlights. They would in the middle of the road at night with a pickup truck, basically. Jason marches across the street, holding the gun in his right hand, and I think too fast, right? I think very fast. I would be a goner, and you know, I quickly take out my pocket knife, and then it's from my dad, and I just gave him my best throw that I could, and then aiming to hit Jason's left leg, and bam, direct hit, smack, direct hit. I saved 3 lives that day. One was my own. Whoa! Quincy exclaims, and then, you made it, he goes. Ah! Jason rises in pain. Dad! Elise cries. What did you do that for, Leroy? She goes towards me. What are you talking about, Elise? Life was threatened, and he was gonna shoot me. He was gonna shoot me. It's an unarmed black man in America. What am I supposed to do? I had no choice but to throw knives in that situation. My life was threatened. He goes, has the audacity to say, and I still am gonna shoot you for kissing my daughter. Come over here and take it like a man, you punk. Really? Gran Torino? I see that he has dropped his gun and still has his pocket knife. Well, my pocket knife in his leg. So I immediately run up to Jason and punch him in the face. I'm running on complete adrenaline right now. And as he's down on the ground, I'm just throwing left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like a Marshall Mike. And then he's about to feel the hurt tomorrow. You know that? He's about to feel the hurt. Leroy, stop hitting my dad. Elise goes. I take a break from pummeling Elise's dad, taking a much needed breather. Quincy runs up to me and he gives me a little high five. He gives me a little smack on the hand. Dude, that was freaking insane, he goes. Where'd you learn to do that thing with a knife? I didn't really practice, I tell him. I just did it. I just did it. That was awesome, he goes. No, it wasn't awesome, Elise tells us as she runs over to help her dad. Dad, are you okay? Get away from me. Jason yells at her, and she goes, but Dad, you still have a knife stuck in your leg. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't. Oh, this will heal up after some time. But after you betray my trust by kissing that doofus over there, I don't think I ever want to talk to you again. Oh, Dad. Why would you have to act that way? Why do you have to act like such a hormonal teenage girl? Jason tells his daughter Elise. Elise is crying while running away from everyone. You jerk, Quincy shouts at Jason. All she wanted to do was help you, and you just had a nerve to push her away and insult her. Men like you give fathers a bad name, Quincy tells Jason. She'll be fine. Elise is just like her mother. Dramatic as always. Besides, I don't need her help. What I need is for you two to be punished after what you done to me today. You deserve it, punk. And that was my word saying that to Jason. And I'll throw it in the other leg too. Much to my surprise, Jason begins to laugh. He goes back to me. Okay, I'd like to see you try it. And if you make it in the other leg, I'll leave you and your family alone. And even my Elise, I'll leave her alone too. And your friends. Jason pulls out the pocket knife, alright? From out of his left leg, and I snatch it from out of his hand. Now I pace my own self and take 12 steps forwards before turning around. This one. Oh, I did it. I went and did it. Okay, here it goes, I say, before I just hesitate. Then I throw the pocket knife again. I tell him, I can't do this, it's too tough. I just got really lucky the first time. Or really, maybe I told myself that. Then my old pal, Quincy, says to me, you can do it, Leroy. You can do it. You can do it, Leroy. You just have to trust yourself. If you made it before, you can make it again. Okay, I breathe. And then confidently, try to aim at Jason's leg. Jason screams. Turns out I missed the left leg. Oh no, sorry, I missed the right leg completely. It's after I hit the left leg. I missed the right leg completely, and then I ended up hitting Jason's spleen. That put an end to Jason. Well, you would think it did, but actually, it hit Jason's spleen. Jason writhes in pain. Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was gonna miss that bad. Nah, I didn't care. I didn't. He deserved it. He surprises him. He says, "No, it's fine." Quincy suggests to call an ambulance, asking, "Do you want us to call an ambulance?" He says, "No, I don't have health insurance, so I'll just walk it off." Adoran thrust with a knife into the spleen, like walking that off. Yeah, right, brother. But he does have some healing factors. Jason always does. Maybe a Friday the 13th occurrence. He says, "I don't know. That doesn't look like something you can just walk off." And Quincy was right. Then we see Jason cough up blood several times till it dripped from his mouth. But just so. Here. Let's help him, I say. Quincy and I bring up Jason to his feet, both picking him up on each side. Then we help support him as he stumbles over to his car, and Quincy opens the car door, and as I sit Jason down in the driver's seat, I tell him, "I'm sorry that my aim was bad." He says, No, I asked for this. "You threw well," Jason told me. "I guess you know what I'm about to ask you then," I suggest to him. "I think I do," he tells me. "Your mother. She's still in danger." "Where is she?" I asked Jason. "Both Kyle and Erica have already kidnapped your mother and your father. I actually tried to stop them and even told them that it was a bad idea." This is all what Jason said, and then I replied to him, "Is that all you did? Give me a break." And I shouldn't have believed him either. He goes, "Cut me some slack. I'm convinced, or I'm a convicted criminal." Tells me that he's a convicted criminal, and then that my mother had married some other dude on the same day he was supposed to be married to her. And he tells me that I'm lucky that he's not vengeful when he tried to shoot me and all that stuff he did. He's lucky he's not being killed right now by that cut to the spleen right now. He said the gun wasn't loaded. He told me the gun wasn't loaded, and I'm like, he was gonna use it to scare me, you know what? Well, he went like that, but then Quincy was like, "Yeah, I bet you always use that trick on the young kids, the young cats who are always after your daughter with the fake gun and stuff like that." Jason told us, yeah, he uses unloaded weapons for people trying to holler at his daughter, stuff like that. Tell him he has many serious problems. And then the next thing I say, and in other news, where are they taking my parents? I tell him he has many serious problems. I tell Clarence, and he says, in other news, where are they taking my parents? Guess what? Clarence tells me that they're being taken to Florida. Quincy asks, "Why Florida?" Clarence explains, she said something about a beach house. I'm not sure about the exact location. Quincy tells me, I tell Quincy, "Hey, we need to go." That's what I tell Quincy. "Alright," Quincy replies. "But what about Jason?" "Jason," I tell him, or I ask him, "Are you sure you don't want us to call for help?" He tells us, "No. Now go and save your mother." Next, Quincy and I run to his car and then drive off into the direction that Elise ran. We see her just walking in the distance. As we drive closer, we see how broken she truly looks. "Elise!" I shout from the passenger side door. We had to save my parents. Hop in. She says, no thanks. I don't feel like talking to anyone right now. Very masculine voice now. It's just my ad lib. It was very feminine. As she continues walking, Quincy tells her, you can talk to me. She takes a few seconds to reply, and she asks us, where are you going? And then we tell her, we're going to Florida. And she tells us, well, I first say to save my parents, and then she tells us. I shouldn't really say anything. She just stops. Quincy stops the car and closes the door beside her, and Quincy puts the pedals in the metal and takes off. And so we're beginning my quest to save my parents.
What happened? Why is she still walking away?
I don't know, dude. Elise said that you don't want to argue with me all the time. Then she just kept walking.
Of course I don't want to argue with you all the time. But if you need to vent, I'll let you vent, bro.
Oh, I see. I'm not too difficult, am I, Quincy?
Yes, you are difficult. But once you get around the fact that you act like you're better than everybody else around you, you're an easygoing brother, bro.
You're a true friend, Quincy. You're a true friend.
I know, I've been able to put up with you for this long, and you can barely even keep a girl for a week.
Fair enough. But I have one more question for you, my brother.
Go right ahead, bro.
Quincy, do you love Elise?
Do I what?
Do you love her, bro?
Well, I mean, yes.
What do you mean, well, yes? I want confidence from you, my boy. Do you love Elise?
Hell yeah! Well, in that case, heck yes, I love Elise. Now what do? I'm in love with your girlfriend.
I know, and you're a better match for her than I'll ever be.
So what should I do?
My grandfather once told me a story about how he met my grandmother, and it was love at first sight. He sees her on the beach, but there's a small catch. She was over 4 miles away across the short coastline.
Your grandfather must have some great eyesight, Leroy.
He used binoculars.
Oh, I see.
Well, my grandpa saw my grandma from afar, also seeing his future with her. He ran all the way from the dock to the far side of the beach.
Wow. So what's the point of the story?
My grandfather tells me that in love, there are two types of people, the runners and the chasers. When my grandfather saw my grandmother, he decided to become a chaser.
So, who am I?
You tell me, Quincy. You tell me.
I'm a chaser. I think I'm a chaser.
Be careful! Both ways! Hey, wait a minute. I think she's the other way. You go, Quincy. You go. I wonder what's taking them so long. It's been more than 5 minutes since Quincy ran after Elise. Well, I see the key's still stuck in the ignition. Might as well drive down there to remind them that we're in a crunch of time. I'll hop in the driver's seat, drive down for a mile, then U-turn, and finally drive back about 2 miles. And I see both Quincy and Elise talking to one another. I wonder what they're talking about, so I honk the horn at them. Come on, people, we have to go and save my parents. I yell at them from out the window of the car. Just a second. Quincy yells back at me. Then I see him and Elise briefly hugging each other. I drive down, make another U-turn, and drive back to where they are. They hop in the car, and once again we're off to save my parents. Now with me in the driver's seat. Let's just say I won't even slow down in a traffic jam. So, is everything okay? I asked them. Elise goes, I don't know, Leroy. You tell me. I wouldn't want to tell you regardless. After the way you reacted to me saying everything was fine earlier, Elise admits to me, I'm sorry, I was being a jerk. That she was being a jerk to me. Ironically. Jerk of jerks. But anyway, it's me. He goes, sometimes I can't believe you. It's like things are only okay whenever you think they're okay. Or whenever I want them to be okay. He's talking about me. Listen, Elise, I didn't mean to. He goes, no, you listen, Leroy. You're not going to send your friend over to me to make things better for you. Wait, I didn't send him this time. He goes, that's enough, Leroy. You have to stop using your friends as punching bags. At least this time it wasn't me who sent him. Quincy wanted to see you on his own accord. Elise remarks to me, that's not what he told me. Quincy, tell her how much you care for her. I go to him. He goes back to me, don't do it, Quincy. Follow what you want to do. I tell Quincy, Quincy, tell her how much you love her. Then she goes, Quincy, don't do it, follow your own path. Quincy, tell her. Quincy, tell him. Tell me what? I ask. She goes, Quincy told me that. What did he say? Tell him, Elise demands, urges Quincy.
I told her that I don't like girls. What?
Elise says, see? Quincy looks at her.
But then she didn't let me finish. I like girls, but I love women. What?
Elise ponders.
Women like you with big hearts and who are generous. I love women like you who smile and lights up an entire room. I love women like you who are nice to people like me. People who are forgotten about and told that don't matter. Whenever I'm around you, I know that God is real.
Elise looks shocked as I was at the moment, and she says, oh my gosh, I love you, Elise. Quincy finally tells her, I know that it wasn't easy for him. Would have been easy for me. I do it all the time. Elise covers her mouth with both hands and gasps. We're back inside the car now. And Quincy just keeps going, gushing out his feelings for her. Poetry. What a sap.
When I first saw you, it was love at first sight. I'll chase after you now. I'll always chase after you.
First she glances at Quincy, then Elise glances at me. Okay, the reason why she does this, and I didn't write it in the book. The reason why she does this is because I knew she loved me. And I knew she didn't like, what's his face, Quincy. And I'm just like, let him know that you love me instead. But she pulls the curveball. She tries to make me jealous. That's why she does it. But she always loved me. Elise always loved me. And I her. Elise then states less emotional. Well, Quincy, that was really nice.
Huh? I really wasn't going for nice.
But yeah, I know. But I think you're really sweet.
Oh God, rejection. Here goes.
I'm sorry, brother. I send my regards from the friend zone. But I have to tell you something. I feel the same way about you, she tells Quincy, much to my chagrin.
What?
Elise explains, stating, I didn't think you really liked me all this time. I thought you were just playing wingman for your friend Leroy.
With everything I did, I tried to let you know that I cared for you. I guess I didn't try hard enough to let you know. I guess I wasn't as direct as I should have been.
But you always showed me that you cared, and that was enough.
At least you surprised me today. I normally get rejected by a woman of your caliber. And I normally get accused of being a nice guy. So this is so refreshing.
I guess things don't always have to go as they normally would. I guess they don't. at least agrees with me. Even though we already know she wants to get with me. What can I say? We arrived at the car and saw that Erica was fast asleep. Got inside and I drove. We were able to ignore her snoring as we rode for a little over an hour. It's 6 a.m. and now we finally arrived at the place where my parents are presumed to be held. This place gives me the creeps, I remark. Yeah, well, I've seen worse. I say, no you haven't. Yes, Leroy, I've seen worse, he goes. My auntie's house looks way scarier. Well, his auntie, not my auntie. Elise starts waking up and asks, are we there yet? We're here. I tell her, don't talk to her. Quincy tells me. She's jealous. He then turns to her and says, we're here. Did I miss anything while I was asleep? She asks us what she could miss, what she missed. Quincy and I both nodded, giving her no. She had no idea that her and I had made out in the car in front of Quincy. No less, I mean, than that we nearly crashed because of it. Let's go inside and save my parents, I state. Suddenly a large, bright LED light turns on above our heads. The light, it's too bright, That's how I went squinting my eyes after I saw the LEDs. I think they must have known we were coming here. Quincy states, while also squinting his eyes. Erica and Kyle walk from out of the shadows. Kyle steps up first and proudly announces, well, congratulations, you made it just in time to see your parents die. Angrily yell back at him, Kyle, I have something for you. Yeah, what's that? He shouts back. I pull out my pocket knife and throw it, aiming for my former friends. And guess what? The pocket knife completely misses him. And it hits my ex-girlfriend Erica in the foot. Erica screams in pain. Leroy, what did you do? Kyle shouts. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. You didn't mean to what? Throw a knife into my girlfriend's foot. Kyle goes. Kyle tries to pull the pocket knife out of Erica's foot. Erica, however, screams at him, saying, no, don't do it, no. Please don't pull it out. Please don't pull it out. Okay, all right. Kyle responds. As his girlfriend Erica lays crying on the ground. We're gonna settle this like men, Leroy. For what you did to my girl, he goes. As Erica lays there crying in pain because my pocket knife has been lodged into her foot, I thought back to the time my father taught me how to wrestle. Here's how you do a hip check. When someone who's running up to you. Here's how you hip check someone who's running up to you. My dad teaches me. How you flip somebody over who won't let go of you. And here's how you grapple someone and then make them submit. After I had the flashback of my father teaching me all those years ago about how to wrestle, I went straight at my former best friend Kyle. I tackled him first, then I performed an armbar submission hold. God, what's happening right now? Kyle stammers. I'm about to knock you out or tap you out. Which one do you choose? I ask him. I submit, Kyle admits, and then starts tapping out. I immediately let go of him then and there, much to my regret. I mistakenly forgot the most important part of a submission. Is holding the hold until you know that your opponent won't recover quickly and attack you again. As quickly as I'm getting up, Kyle is getting up just as fast. He's now tackling me to the ground. Get up, Leroy. Kick his butt. At least cheers me on. I'm trying, I cry back. Meanwhile, Kyle starts deadlifting me up. Then he throws me back down to the ground as I fall and land on my back. Why? I cry loud. Let me help you, bro. Quincy yells as he runs towards me and Kyle.
Let me help you, bro.
Quincy, he grabs Kyle by the collar and puts him in a chokehold. He chokes him for about 3 seconds until Kyle flips over his back, tossing Quincy like a sack of potatoes. Kyle exclaims that both you busters are about to get beat, for real. Kid you not. This man, Kyle, stood over us like he was a giant. Young dude looked like a man possessed. He was surely gonna tear me and Quincy apart. Oh yes I am. This man just read my thought narrative? Yes, I did, college mates. What? Don't tell me the rider let Kyle break the fourth wall. Kyle then, he picks me up by my shirt collar and he punches me straight in the face after I got hit by the first time. You know, I knew that my nose was broken, and Kyle picks me up a second time and for another punch to the face. And now look, my eyes are swollen. I get picked up again after I fell down, you know, from the second hit to my face. Kyle punches me in the face for yet another time. My lip is now busted open. My whole mouth is bleeding. My jawline is severely damaged. Right now, I look as if I was a 5-cent prize fighter against a fighting champion. At this point, I can only see out of my right eye, and in the corner of my half-functioning left eye, I see Elise running up to save the day. Elise, I remark. Kyle holds me by my collar in order to land a fourth punch onto my face. What? Kyle asks me, while still holding on to me by my shirt collar. Elise jumps on Kyle's back. She covers his eyes so he can't see a thing. Kyle tries to fling Elise down and off his back. Elise refuses to accept defeat, even though she knows that she isn't the strongest or the smartest or even the fastest person in the world. But at that very moment, she found the smarts, strength, speed, quickness, and stamina. Elise flips herself as she locks her legs between Kyle's shoulders and she flipped Kyle to the ground using an original takedown move. Knowing immediately that Kyle would get up and attack Elise for the trouble she had caused, I step in the middle of them and I tell them this doesn't have to end in a fight. Everyone pauses to look at me, you know, awkwardly, and then Kyle just laughs at me, saying, "You must be out of your mind. You know, we're settling this here and now. Wait, Kyle, tell me where my parents are so that we can be done with this long and stupid confrontation." He says, "I'll give you a hint, Leroy, but you have to be the one to guess where they are. That's the only way that you can ever find them," Kyle says to me. I say, "All right, give me a hint." "Give me a hint then." He says, "They're hidden above and below." Kyle riddles to me. "Really? I don't get it," I reply, extremely confused at the time. And then he goes, "Of course you don't get it because you're stupid, Leroy," Kyle arrogantly says to me. At the time of Kyle's meandering, Quincy is standing behind him with a rock in his hand. He whacked Kyle over the back of the head with it. And now you think that Kyle would just fall out, but this man just shrugs it off like it was nothing.
Kyle, are you alright?
"You're weak," Kyle replies, and pulls Quincy in and knees him in the gut. Quincy's clutching onto his gut now. As Kyle is standing over him, Quincy immediately recovers, whacks Kyle in the knee, and whacks him on the side of his face and into his groin. Finally flings a rock at Kyle's right foot. Kyle is now down on his back.
I think he's done for.
Holding his everything, or at least whatever hurt the most. You name it, on his body at the time. He felt it, you know. Quincy looks pretty enraged right now, but picks up the rock once again and just throws it at Kyle's face.
I think it's over. Oh my God!
Okay, man. I think he's done for. You know, you can stop for now, Quincy.
I'm not done yet.
That he's not done, no. He says, "I'm not done." Quincy picks up the rock again and throws it at Kyle's
Quincy,
head.
put the rock down. Put the.
Kyle's face is busted open and he's bleeding like crazy. Cheers. I go, "Whoa, Quincy, what are you doing?" And Quincy, you know, he just ignores me and casually picks up the stone and proceeds to just smash it down on Kyle's face. Not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row. I want to do it for a 4th time. I tell you what, I had to run in and tackle him. You know, it was getting to be too much for me to watch. Quincy drops the rock as we tumble on the ground. I turn my head to see Kyle lying there. Just laid out, barely breathing, barely breathing. He looked like he was slowly dying. Quincy be giving me the heebie-jeebies, man, the creeps, man, and for real, like, heebie-jeebies. So it's just like, now I was walking over to the stone that used to practically smash in Kyle's face.
Don't move.
Stop. What are you doing? Erica, wait. What are you doing? Put the gun down.
No, tell him to put the rock down.
Quincy, put the rock down. Put the dang stone down. And I kid you not, Quincy throws the rock directly down on Kyle's head once again. Out of retaliation, Erica pulls the trigger of her gun. After the bullet hits Quincy, grazing his forehead, he falls over on his back, probably thinking he was dead. Right now, Erica is hyperventilating. Elise is covering her eyes, and I'm watching it all unfold, like a deer in headlights. I know I've seen this in movies a couple times before, but this is madness. My boy Quincy gets up with a scar on his forehead that's the size of Kansas, or at the very least a magnet-sized version. Hey Quincy, man, you alright? I asked him. He didn't say a single word. Man, are you okay? I asked him again. I just noticed the rock. He's in his hand still, and I was holding it up. Wait, don't throw the rock at her. Quincy, the rock hurtles straight towards Erica's forehead, knocking her out of code. Wow. She's really bleeding. It's almost like she's dead. Hold up a minute. Let me go check on her. And now, I think she's dead.
What are you doing? You could have killed him. Yo, man, I need you to calm down, all right? I need you to chill out, okay? Chill out. I need you to calm down, and I need you to breathe, all right? I need you to breathe. How could you do this to him? Kyle was your friend.
Y'all are my friends. Now I have no one to come and save me from myself.
Tell me you haven't lost your mind, Quincy.
I lost my mind a long time ago. You lucky I didn't get to you first, Leroy.
He killed her. You monster! What have you done?
Coming for you next, Leroy.
Okay. You all might want to grab your popcorn for this part. I have a haircut because I'm from the future. Okay, so. Oh, look at that. I done finished all my popcorn before I could tell the story, so let me go pop another one, shall I? I done re-popped the pop on this microwavable popcorn because the kernels, again, there's a lot of kernels stuck in the bag, so let me bake back the other part of my story so I can save the other bag of popcorn for later.
What have you done?
What I should have done a long time ago. I'm coming for you next, Leroy.
Oh, no. Quincy eerily replies to me. I'm coming for you next, Leroy. After he said that, my fight or flight kicked in. I ran as fast as I could inside that building that was right next to us. The lights are turned off, so I can't see a thing in this creepy place. I'm running for my life until I trip over what feels like a staircase. Ah, crap. This hurts like heck. I can't believe I lost all my friends. I gotta make my way up the staircase before Quincy comes and finds me. After I reach the second floor of what seems like a 4-story building, I'm already trying to catch my breath. This isn't right. I have to fight. That's right. And I kid you not, immediately after I say that sentence, I see Quincy standing right beside me. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, don't kill me, man. Don't kill me.
Why would I kill you,
Leroy?
Wait.
Quincy asked me.
Well, but
down there.
But you said you wanted to kill me.
You wanted to kill me, I said. Well,
I didn't say that in those exact words. I said I was coming for you next.
I was coming for you next, Leroy.
I didn't
mean that I was going
to
to kill you. Quincy explains to me. You sure scared me how you threw that rock at Erica and pummeled Kyle's face in. It reassured me then. I just want you to find your parents, Leroy. There's nothing you fear any longer.
Good.
Good.
I respond to Quincy.
Now let's find my parents.
And hey.
Do
you know Elise is
coming with us?
He explains, yeah.
Yeah, she's waiting for us outside.
I'm like,
okay, is she still alive?
And he's like, now why you gotta ask?
Why you gotta ask me that? You know what I said. She's waiting for us outside.
Answer the question, Quincy.
Is Elise still alive?
Is she alive?
It's not.
I can't tell you, Leroy. I really don't know.
What do you mean by you don't really know? Is she alive or not?
She ran away and she's no longer with us.
What do you mean she's no longer with us?
Elise got scared. I chased her down to the river, I threw a rock at her head, and she fell down in the river.
After I listened to what exactly he was saying, I ran down the stairs as fast as I could. I saw the river water rushing down alongside the road. I ran to the bridge which stood over the river. I'm searching for Elise through these rapid waters. Then I see her. She's holding onto a tree branch situated near a fishing dock on the coast of the riverside. Then I run from the bridge and get to where she is. Elise is just clinging onto the branch, trying not to get carried by the current of the rapid water. Elise struggles to reply as she's getting drenched by the waters. But I heard her screaming. I heard her screaming out to me, "Leroy, go, save me!" At this moment, I'm pretty sure I want to jump in that rapid moving water and go save my crutch. But I just remembered something about myself. I just remembered I can't even swim in a kiddie pool. You know, I mean, how can I say it? Much less a running river. And saving Elise is to use the branches to pull her out of the water. That's it. Elise, hold on tight, okay? Okay, Elise weakly replies. I give the branch a little tug and began to pull her out of the waters, little by little. Elise is now a couple of feet away from the dock as I try to guide her towards the still waters, but then the branch breaks in half and she's pulled back into the current. I do my best to reach back out to her. I watch as Elise is being pulled slightly further along down the river. There's hope for us though, because I'm seeing her fight to stay close to me. I lean in closer to her, holding on tightly to a post at the end of the dock. She grabs on, and I reel her in once again. Now she's mine. Symbolic. Behind you! Elise shouts. I turn my head and I see Quincy with a stone rock in his hand.
Oh no! Oh
and he looks like he's about to throw it at me. I quickly duck out of the way of the rock's path. After Quincy just chucks it right in my face. The stone narrowly misses me, and then I swiftly pull Elise in closer to the dock, and she's clinging onto the post for dear life. I pull the branch out of the water, and then I swing it, whacking Quincy right in the face. He falls over into the river, and I'm turning my attention over to saving Elise. She holds her hand out for me to grab, and then just before I can reach it, I see Quincy pop back up from the water, and he stood behind Elise and then pulled her down under the water's surface. "Elise!" I cry aloud. They've been down there for 10 seconds now. I gotta do something, or she'll drown. I gotta jump in. Here goes everything. Absolutely everything. Splash. It was the sound of me jumping into the water. I got her.
Here's what happened. Okay. Once I jumped into the water, I tackled Quincy, you know, who at the time was strangling Elise. He lets go of her and I'm on top of him. Alright. You know, I start throwing punches at Quincy's head. He starts throwing punches back at me. And all of a sudden, you know, we're still underwater, so I'm still trying to breathe at this point. I tried to come up to the surface, but Quincy kept dragging me back down. I kicked him in the face. Then I reached above the surface of the water. As I open my eyes, I see Elise holding onto the post of the dock. And I'm like, get to the ground!
Get to the ground!
No, I'm too scared.
Take my hand!
Take my hand! Elise and I reached for each other's hand, but Quincy would pop back up again and press my head down and dunk me underneath the water. I was being held underneath for at least 4 seconds, but I managed to overpower him. He let go of me as I leapt from underneath the water and punched Quincy square in the face. He fell back down as I ran to Elise. I took her by the hand and we managed to escape from Quincy and the rapid river. We're on land now and we're both struggling to breathe. And I'm really struggling. I lost another friend today by death, but he just turned on me, and that's it. How is this happening to me all at once like this? At least I still have Elise. We dry her off, you know, change his clothes and stuff like that. I ask her, Elise, are you alright? She says, no, I'm not, she replies. What's wrong? You. What? Me? Yes, Leroy. You're what's wrong. This can't be happening to me. This is a nightmare. I respond. You did this. This is all your fault. Elise tells me. I'm standing up nearly on the verge of crying. Why are you saying this to me? I reply with my tears in my eyes. Because it's all your fault? Elise shouts at me. Hold up, I just saved your life. Alright. No, you didn't. You endangered my life. Stop saying this mess, Elise. You got a lot of water in your brain right now. Don't tell me to stop now, Leroy. Elise says as she gets closer to me. And now she's saying to me, because I don't want you to tell me to stop ever again. Elise pulls me in and then kisses me. Whoa. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Hey! What are you two doing with each other's lips?
Elise and I immediately stopped kissing and we both start looking like a deer or deers in headlights.
We weren't doing nothing.
I know that was a double negative, Leroy, but you weren't doing nothing with my daughter. You were doing something with my daughter.
Dad, he just saved my life. Elise interjects.
Don't make excuses for him, Elise. He's not like us. He's a blue blood. He's got no sense of work in his body.
I know, but he's better than you will ever be, Elise tells her father, Clarence. I mean, Jason.
Hey, don't you be talking back to me, Elise. I'm your father.
Are you sure? Because that's not what Mom told me, Elise remarks.
So you think you can just get up in adults' business?
I would if you were grown, Elise says to Jason.
Mama might have popped you out of her womb, but I can stuff you right back up in there.
Whoa.
I remarked. I'm just surprised you recovered so quickly, Jason. Is this Friday the 13th?
Needs to call an ambulance. But not for me. It's a good thing that I went to that knife catching class. Shut your mouth, you stupid fool! I don't have time for this. You know I'm still trying to steal your parents' money.
Is it really worth all of this? All of it? Is it really worth all of it? I ask Clarence, aka Jason, aka that man trying to steal my mother's money. Here's what he said to me.
But is it really worth all this, man?
When you've been starving your whole life and struggling to eat, then yes, it is worth all of this.
How much do you want?
I want it all.
I'll let you have it then. If it means that much to you.
It's a good boy, Leroy. Now give me the code to the safe.
I tell him I don't know the code. I didn't even know my mother had a safe. I didn't.
I'm gonna need the routing and account numbers to all of your mama's accounts.
I tell him, Jason, I don't have that either, dude. My mother keeps her financial information private. Well, that's too bad.
Well, that's too bad. 'Cause you're not leaving here until you tell me where the money is.
Hold up. Couldn't you just
ask my parents what and where those things are?
Well, let me let you in on a little secret. I don't know where your parents are.
Then why don't you just call my mother?
Because your mama blocked my number since the night before the wedding.
Then why don't you ask Kyle where my parents are?
Since he's the one who kidnapped them.
All right. Let's try that then.
He tells me. So, Jason puts the gun into his pocket. And he, Elise, and I walk over to Kyle, who's still laid out on the floor.
Wake up! I need you to tell me where Leroy's parents are.
They're still on their honeymoon, probably in a hotel suite in Georgia. Kyle replies with a battered face. Wait a minute, I say. Wait a minute. Both above and below. You meant that they're in the state. The plan almost worked until Quincy turned into a madman and went postal. On our candy behinds, no less. Now listen, I'm like, ugh, and I drove right to you. So stupid. Well, I asked at the time, how could I be so stupid? And Kyle replied, oh yeah, it's because I'm stupid. Because he's stupid. You're stupid. Forget it.
I'm getting so mad at Kyle that I plan to walk over to him and kick him in the face. Square in the face. It's the sound. It's the sound of my foot kicking Kyle's face. After kicking Kyle in the face, I tell him he's a stupid one. If he had told me the truth, he wouldn't have gotten kicked in the face. Simple as that. Oh, my face! I guess you're probably right, he goes. Erica surprises everybody by getting to her feet and showing us that she's alive. Quincy got up too with some new set of job clothes, showing that he's not dead too. I'm alive too, Quincy goes, grasping for air. Looks like the gang's all here, I remark. And I tell Elise, call the police. Police? Rhymes. And she goes, okay. And then Jason said,
how could you betray me like this, Elise? Your own father.
Elise responds to her father, Jason. I'm finally ready to see you go to prison after all the bad things you've done to innocent people. Yeah, all you've done to ruin their lives. Now she's dialing 911. He goes, "Hello, police. My name is Elise. I need you to arrive at this location this call was placed. Yes, and bring 4 sets of handcuffs, please. Because there are 4 people here who've tried to kill me within the past 2 days. I was nearly drowned. I was held at gunpoint on multiple occasions. And I think my life is still in danger. Thank you. Goodbye. You are just like your mother," Jason tells her.
Honey, you're just like your mama.
He tells him, "I take that as a compliment. She's too good for you." Jason takes a couple seconds to take a deep breath. He raises the gun and points it at Elise's direction. "I'm done playing nice with you," Jason shouts at her.
I'm done playing nice with you.
"Well, man, just calm down. Elise is your flesh and blood." "No, she's not. Her mother had an affair. She's somebody else's problem."
No, she's not. Her mother had an affair, so now she's somebody else's problem.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man, don't shoot her. I think I just found my girlfriend at least.
Well, that's too bad, Leroy.
"Well, that's too bad, Leroy." Suddenly, I see Quincy running towards Jason's direction. He tackles him right in front of us, and a gunshot is heard. Erica gets hit in the right shoulder and falls to the ground as Jason and Quincy wrestle for the gun. "Erica!" Kyle cries while still laid out on the ground. Quincy pushes Jason towards Kyle, and Kyle bites Jason's ankle. "Ah!" Jason screams in pain. As Kyle is biting him, Jason drops the gun out of his hands and it falls to the ground. Kyle stops biting him and turns his attention over to the gun on the ground. Jason shakes off the pain of Kyle's bite, and he also turns his attention over to the weapon, as does Quincy, Elise, and myself. Pretty much everyone besides an unconscious Erica is focused on capturing the gun. Right now, everyone's eyes are opened. In merely 3 seconds, everyone can hold the power of life and death in their hands. I wonder who's gonna get it first. I ask myself, how the heck did I get myself into this situation? You know? Like, really? What's going on? I have no idea. The best chance of survival is get to the gun first and wait for the police to arrive. Or maybe I should just start running now. Try my best to escape and possibly evade bullets being fired at me. Nah, I have to rush for the gun. And we're off to the races. Each of us rush for the gun, whether from crawling on the ground, strength, speed, quickness, and stamina, or by running, or in Jason's case, limping. Much to everyone's surprise, Elise picks up the gun
everyone has to do what I say.
And points it at her father, Jason.
"That's great, babe. Alright, now let's tie them up and wait for the police to arrive."
I don't think I'll do that, Leroy.
Why not? You already have them hostage. What more could you do to them?
Why not? You already have them hostage. What more could you do to them?
Elise then proceeds to shoot her father in the chest. Jason falls on his back.
Elise, no!
I scream. Elise remains silent, turns, and then shoots Kyle in the back, who was already laying on the ground, by the way. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I gotta get out of here.
Don't move.
I freeze in my tracks. Only people left without a bullet hole in them are myself,
Now, everyone has to do what I say.
who's also holding the gun, and then Quincy. Elise now stands across from us and alternates
Don't
who she's
move.
pointing the gun towards. She goes from pointing it at me to pointing it at Quincy to next pointing it back at me and then back at Quincy.
I don't know what to do.
Please, don't shoot me, Elise. I urge her. Don't shoot, babe.
Don't shoot, babe. Because I love you, honey.
Don't shoot me either, because I love you too. Please don't shoot me. I love you too. Yeah, please don't shoot me, Elise.
Elise turns to Quincy and says,
Give me a break.
shoots him right in the leg. His left one, I believe. No, wait. It was his right leg.
You shot me!
Quincy screams while clutching his leg. And for some reason, she just walks over to him and says,
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Quincy.
Elise states, sounding remorseful.
I only shot you because I thought that you'd be able to take the pain.
What?
I love you so much.
Give me that gun, woman.
Elise gives him the gun. Quincy holds on to it for a few seconds and shoots her in the foot. Elise screams as he falls to the ground. Elise! Man, Quincy, you know you didn't have to shoot her
This
like
girl
that.
played too much. She shot me in my leg. I'm going my own way.
Okay, we get it. Put the gun down, please. He says, no, I'm sick of this. I'm done with these crazy mind games. I was the one that Elise liked, but she shoots me instead of the one she doesn't like. What is this world coming to? Quincy, I don't have any idea what Elise was thinking either, but you should put the gun down before you get into any more trouble, I tell him. He tells me, we almost tricked you, you know, Leroy. All of us almost had you. What are you talking about? What in the world are you saying right now? I ask him. You've been pranked, Quincy states. Huh, really? I question him. Is that a fake gun? And you just used ketchup for all the blood? He goes, not really. These are real bullets. And all this is real blood that you see before you today. However, you have actually been set up. Erica, Elise, Kyle, and Jason, and himself, they say we're all a part of the scheme to steal my mother's money without actually kidnapping my parents. Can't believe you fooled me 3 times, I say. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me too. Me 3 times, we're both lost. He goes, very clever, Leroy. But I found something about myself throughout this whole thing. And what's that something, Quincy? I ask him. That I really, really hate people. You know, he's saying that he really, really hates people, basically. He says, romance just ain't for him. Same here, brother. I agree. He goes, I'm sorry about this, Leroy. Pointing the gun directly at me. You gotta do what you gotta do, I tell him. Quincy throws the gun down and shouts, brothers before others. Brothers before others, I repeat. Brothers before others. He didn't shoot me. Just as I sigh together in relief, we hear the sirens blaring in the distance. The police are arriving on the scene to see the bodies strung out on the ground.
I'll take the fall for this one.
No, I had everything recorded with my phone. We'll let the recording decide who's guilty, I state.
I'm still getting locked up, but I'm content.
I don't fault you for this one, Quincy.
I don't fault you for this, Quincy.
I know. I never should have tried to betray you.
Are you saying that now because you know you're being recorded?
Yes, I am.
The police arrive. And guess who I see coming out of the police vehicle first? Ezekiel Timothy, you know, the one from the wedding? And he leads a troop of police officers to arrest all of us that were there that early Sunday morning. It took 3 police cars to carry me, Quincy, Jason, Kyle, Elise, and Erica away from the scene. Those that were shot were transported into ambulance vehicles, which, if you counted correctly, was everyone besides me. I was unshot, but still hurt from wrestling Quincy in the river. I got a brief checkup from the doctor. Then I was taken in for interrogation. I was asked about everything that had occurred in my life since last month, and I told the cops the same story that I'm telling y'all. I told Detective Ezekiel everything from Clarence. Being revealed as Jason and his plan to steal my mother's fortune by using all of my former best friends as well as my ex-girlfriends plural, like, of whom he used as a means to try to tempt and trap me into situations where I would be forced to give Jason information on my mother's bank accounts and code for her safe. After I finished explaining all this to the authorities, I literally began to cry. This just wasn't right. I know I'm rich, but I didn't have to be treated like I wasn't human. They tried to trap me like I was a freaking elephant or something. I'm sorry, guys and girls. I'm gonna have to take a break for a week from the story. This is too depressing. See you all in the next chapter of the endless hopelessness of romance.
So now we're doing what, endless romance or?
Yeah, which one are we doing now?
I think I'm a chaser. Be careful, but wait.
Hey, Leroy! Your school called and they said you're not suspended anymore.
I guess that does make me feel a little bit better about it.
It's a good thing that I went to that knife catching class.
My name is Jason, at your service.
Okay.
Yeah. What is this knocking? I guess I'm
6 o'clock, I got
Okay.
If he causes any trouble, my precious baby boy will deal with them accordingly.